Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Majors TV as the London Majors take on the Hamilton Cardinals from Labatt Park here in downtown London. I'm Noah Smith. Joining alongside me today is going to be Dylan Baker as we get set for today's game and get ready to get underway, guys. Thank you, Dylan, and it's going to be quite the exciting season we got going for us so far this year. And tell us a little bit about the starting lineups for the Majors, a little bit of a new look lineup for the Majors this year as well.
It is a new look lineup for the Majors. They have a lot of new faces and a lot of new places. One of the guys I want to talk about is Ismail Pena, who can pitch, he can play right field, he can play first base. Today he's going to be DHing. He has a ton of power, he can home run, and he's originally against the Jet Box. So we're excited to see what Ismail Pena can bring to the team. No Cleveland Bradley tonight. He will be back with the team very soon, but Ismail Pena is a power bat, and he can take Brownlee's spot if it's ever needed.
Of course, yeah, no Cleveland Brownlee tonight, which is a little bit of a hit for the Majors. They'll have to deal without his power bat today, but they do have Pena as well as Byron will be back for them batting in the lineup tonight as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Byron's always a safe option at the plate. He can always drive in some runs. He hits for a high average. Byron Reichstein is a great bat in that 3-hole.
They're just introducing the lineups here now as we get set for this opening day here at Labatt Park between the Majors and the Hamilton Cardinals. Hamilton was the team that actually ended London's season last year in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and that was definitely a tough loss, a hard pill to swallow for London fans and the London players. And the returning players, while there are few, they will be looking for vengeance this year, and they are excited to get going.
Yeah, certainly excited. I talked to manager Rip Chanada. I'll play a little bit of his interview a little bit later on, but I talked to him before the game, and he said he actually likes the look of this new look team. A lot better pitching, which I think we're going to see as well.
Pitching depth is a big thing with this team this year, and there is a lot of it. Great bullpen arms. The rotation is strong. Simon Mercedes is a face we'll see. Owen Boone gets the start tonight for opening day. The pitching depth was the emphasis this offseason, and I think they've taken care of it.
They did a very good job at the pitching depth over the offseason. Now they're just going through and naming some of the roster here for the Majors. And the pitching is going to be one thing that Rick really wants to focus on this year. It's been a struggle for them in the past few seasons as well. The pitching, especially that bullpen, hasn't been very strong. So I talked to him before the game, and he says pitching is number one priority this year.
Well, it has to be. You know, that's how you're going to keep runs off the board. And right now, this pitching staff is looking really strong. The bullpen is built tough. They are going to be hard to crack. A great closer in John Fitzsimmons, who was actually just introduced. This team is looking really good, and the bullpen is certainly one of the strongest assets this team has.
And while we're on the topic of the pitching, let's take a look at the starting pitcher for Hamilton. Very strong as well.
Starting pitcher for Hamilton is Zach Gonzalez today. He has a very strong arm, and he pitched in the Pecos League last 2 years to the tune of a 2.90 ERA last year. He's a very tough pitcher, and he is going to be a force to be reckoned with on the mound today. He's got a very hard fastball, can reach the 90s. So it's going to be important for the London Majors to jump on that fastball early and get on base.
It's certainly ultra important to get on that fastball early. I talked to Rick, like I mentioned before the game, and he mentioned one thing that Gonzalez likes to do is work backwards. Like, doesn't have any problem throwing that off-speed pitch at any time, any count.
Yeah, and you have to be expecting that. It's a hard thing to expect as a hitter because you never know what's coming. And if you're comfortable doing that, then go ahead. But, you know, it's a hitter has in their mind that you're going to get a fastball on 2-0. And if you can change that, if you have the confidence to throw a curveball on a 2-0 count, go for it because it's going to pay off for you as a pitcher.
Exactly, and we're just finishing up announcing the starting lineup here for the London Majors. A few returning faces, some faces that the fans will recognize, and Ambrose is going to be one of those guys. He's looking to have a good year as well.
Yeah, Ambrose had a very good year last year at the plate and on defense, and he will be playing third base today. He'll look to repeat the season he had. Another guy is Louis Seol, a great catcher behind the plate, and he's got some potential with that bat too. It'll be really interesting to see how he does in his first season as a Major.
A very exciting year for sure to come here for the Majors. We're going to be covering them all season long. We're going to have games on the road as well as me and Dylan here at home. So certainly it's going to be an exciting year for both us here to be in the broadcast booth and this team that Rip Chanada has put out on the field.
Oh, for sure. There's a ton of reason for optimism right now as a Majors fan. These guys are ready to go. They're excited to play their first season in a Majors uniform and Majors pinstripes. There's something special about playing at Labatt Park. Nowhere better to play in the IBL. And there's a lot of reason for optimism surrounding this team right now.
And we're going to send it right back down to field level right now, and we're going to get Eric Collins to take over here as we get set for our national anthems as well as everything else here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join in visiting Hamilton Cardinals and your London Majors in observing a moment of silence for three special people that we lost in the off-season. Tim Bell, Bill Pate, husband of Val Pate, and former London Nationals coach Kelly Thompson. The thoughts and prayers of the London Majors organization are with their family, friends, and all who knew them. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and join us in the singing of our national anthem, performing O Canada this evening. We have singer Adam Kleinband. Adam is 9 years old and in grade 4 at Byron Somerset Public School. He plays minor mosquito baseball and ready for one of his favorite things, the London Majors.
Oh, Canada, our homeland. Love and all our sons of men, with glowing hearts we see thee ride, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, a very good rendition there of O Canada as we get set to get things underway here from Labatt Memorial Park. Noah Smith here alongside Dylan Baker. Dylan, let's get right into things and check out the starting lineups for the London Majors this evening.
Yeah, 1 through 3. The shortstop, DH, and right fielder, Phil Thrappas, Ismail Pena, and Byron Reichstein. Mike Ambrose at third base, cleaning up. Louis Sayol behind the dish, batting fifth, and Evan Britt at first base. Jonathan DeForest in left field. He goes to McGill University and has a great bat hit for a very high average last year at McGill. Steve Froese at second base. We saw a glimpse of what he can bring to this offense against the Jetbox. And Robert Doyle, the tremendous center fielder, batting ninth. Owen Boone on the mound, and we are almost ready for first pitch here at Labatt Park.
Thanks, Dylan. And of course, the umpires for today's game, Chris Wilhelm, will be behind home plate and calling the balls and strikes for today's ball game. Bob Blake, the crew chief, over there at first base, and over at third base, Isaac Zifchuk will be doing the calls over there on the left-hand side of the field, and over at the third base umpire position, Dylan, the starting pitcher for the Majors, Owen Boone, something to be excited about if you're a Majors fan.
Boone has a ton of velocity on his arm. Last year he split time between Trois-Rivières and London, posting a 2-0 record with a 3.22 ERA in the IBL. He was dominant in the playoffs to the tune of a 1.86 ERA with 9 strikeouts and 9 2/3 innings. Great starter. The numbers back it up. And he threw a combined no-hitter, actually, against the Jetbox in preseason.
And we are just throwing out the ceremonial first pitch as we are getting set to get underway here from Labatt Memorial Park. Thank you all for joining us here on Majors TV. A pretty good crowd out for the opening day, even though it's a little bit chilly, Dylan. There's still a pretty good crowd here.
Not as cold as it was against the Jetbox, but it is still quite chilly at Labatt Park, and fans are still showing up. They want to see their Majors play their first game of the 2019 season.
And the first ceremonial pitch of the season getting finished up there. Photographed by our very own Matt Hiscox down there, and out come the majors, Owen Boone and Luis Sayal, the battery for tonight's ball game as we get set to get underway here from Labatt Park, and an exciting season just about ready to get underway.
Yeah, and Sayol caught Boone in the combined no-hitter against the Jetbox, and I would assume that that's something Sayol really wanted to do. He wanted to learn his pitching staff. It is his first year with the majors, first time working with a lot of these arms, and he caught Boone really well. He knew what he wanted to throw and when he wanted to throw it, and it all worked great against the Jetbox. Hopefully that translates into this one.
Certainly, Dylan, and it'll be an exciting game to see what Boone can do here. I imagine if you're manager Ruth Chandat, you'd like to see Boone probably take you at least 6 or 7 innings in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, I spoke to pitching coach Brent Wales earlier. That would be the goal tonight for Owen Boone. He has a great fastball, and he has the ability to go deep in ball games, and the majors are going to rely on him as one of their better pitchers all year long.
And of course, we talked a little bit about the bullpen that's a lot stronger for the majors this year. So certainly not an issue if he doesn't go that 6-7. Even if he gets 5 innings into this ball game tonight, that's certainly going to be a good thing for the majors. Where in years past, it would have been a struggle if they only went 5 innings. They like their starters to get at least 7 innings in, but that bullpen a lot stronger this year, like we mentioned.
Yeah, for sure, and they have a lot of arms back there. Plus Ismael Pena, who is in the lineup today, they can utilize him as a pitcher out of the bullpen or as a starter. He can serve both purposes, and he will be a key piece of this London Majors team.
Certainly, and the batting order here for the visiting Hamilton Cardinals. They, of course, beat the London Majors last year in the first round of the IBL playoffs. A little bit of an upset there. Still fresh in the minds of the London Majors players that are returning. Leading off for them will be Justin Gideon. He's going to be playing center field wearing number 41. Right behind him, Chris Beer and Grant Arnold are the top 3 in that Hamilton Cardinals order that Owen Boone's going to have to face off with here in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, and Chris Beer, I'd like to highlight him, has been a very productive hitter over his 7-year IBL career. He was insane in the playoffs last year, hitting .441 with 6 RBI. Chris is sitting on 92 career RBIs, and he will look to reach the century mark at some point this season. Let's just hope it's not against the majors.
Certainly, and we are just about ready to get underway here from beautiful Labatt Memorial Park at the fork of the Thames River here in downtown London. The wind blowing slightly out to right field here, and a chilly evening here at Labatt Park. Certainly going to get chillier as soon as the sun goes down as Owen Boone toes the rubber here and gets ready to get the 2019 season underway.
One very tall arm can be a menacing presence on the mound at times.
Here is the first pitch of the 2019 season. It is in there for strike number 1, and Boone gets ahead with that fastball.
With this pitching staff, a strike is something we'll be seeing a lot of this year, or at least the majors hope to see a lot of.
Boone gets set and delivers on 0-1. It's in the dirt there. Count moves to 1-1 here on Gideon. Gideon gets set to take his 1-1 pitch from Boone. It's on the way and fouled off down the left field line up into the bleachers over the Majors dugout. And Boone gets ahead 1-2 here. He's got a 2-strike count, just 3 pitches into his first batter of the season.
Quite obviously, Gideon was late on that last pitch, and that's something you're going to see a lot of with Owen Boone and with a lot of these arms for the Majors. They all throw very hard, and hitters are going to be late on the pitches when these pitches are coming in at 90 miles an hour.
Here is the 1-2 delivery on the way from Owen Boone. It's a fastball up high. Gideon holds off. They're going to appeal down to third base, say he went around, and a strikeout to start the year, start the inning for Owen Boone. And on 4 pitches, Justin Gideon is retired.
Fastball up is what they got Gideon on, and fastball's up is such a tempting pitch. You're never going to get to it, though, and it's a great pitch for a pitcher to execute. And that'll bring up Chris Beer.
Yeah, Chris Beer leading his season off here, batting the 2-hole for the Hamilton Cardinals right now. He wears number 18 and is playing the shortstop position for this Hamilton Cardinals team. He gets set to take his first pitch from Boone. It's going to be in there. Fastball gets ahead, strike 1.
I talked about Beer's offense earlier. His defense is good. He has positional versatility out there on the infield. He can play some third base, shortstop, and maybe even second base every once in a while.
Certainly can, and here's the 0-1 on the way to Beer from Owen Boone. Fouled off, and off the Looked like the glove or mask of Luis Seo behind the plate there for the Majors. Seo in his first season with the Majors, one of the import players on this London team.
Yes, he is, and he's a well-liked guy in the clubhouse. A great presence for the Majors to have down there, and he's always willing to talk to fans. He's always a very happy guy.
Him and Owen Boone have the number 2 hitter in the order, Chris Beer, and an 0-2 count now. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And the 0-2 delivery from Boone on the way to the plate here. Give me another fastball up high. This one misses and heads to the backstop. Count moves now to 1-2 here. 1 out remains there in the first half of the first inning here as Owen Boone gets set for his 1-2 pitch on the way. Pitch hit in the air to center field and going to get there on a dive and make the play.
Nice play there by Robert Doyle. Never hesitated at all. He came running straight in, and a nice dive to cap it all off. And that's what you're going to see a lot of in the Majors outfield. A lot of them are fast. They are great defenders, and Doyle did not let up one bit. He dove and made a great play out in center field.
It's a tough play to make out there with the sun kind of setting behind the bleachers here at Labatt Park just before 8 o'clock, and it looked like he may have struggled to get the read right off the bat, but he made the right play, came in, made the diving catch, and Beer is retired for the second out of the inning here. Here's the delivery from Boone on the way. It's going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. Boone doing a great job at getting ahead of batters with strikes early in the count.
Yes, and this batter is Grant Arnold, and he is a great average hitter. Great year last year, his first in the IBL. He was born in Topeka, Kansas. He hit .348 last year with 2 home runs and 25 RBI.
Here's the delivery to him. It's going to be in the dirt there. Home plate umpire is going to say he held off, but they're going to appeal down to third base umpire Isaac Zifchuk, and he's going to say that he went around for strike 2. The 0-2 count now for Owen Boone as he pitches to the number 3 hitter for the Hamilton Cardinals, Grant Arnold. Here's the 0-2 count. Fastball up once again. They're going to say that he didn't go around this time, though. Top half of the first inning, we've already seen 3 appeals down to the third base umpire.
That's what's going to tend to happen when the fastball's up, which Boone seems to be using a lot. Hitters want to go after it, then they hold back, or at least they think they do. And twice it's been called a swing. That time it was not.
1-2 count from Boone on the way. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Doesn't get the call. Count moves to 2-2 here. So Owen Boone in his first inning of work here. He's already got 2 outs here. Now a 2-2 count on the 3 hitter. I'm going to get time from home plate umpire here and step out. Reset things with 2s all over the scoreboard. 2-2 delivery from Boone. On its way, swung on and missed. Strike 3 as he strikes out Grant Arnold to end the top half of the first inning. Nothing going for the Hamilton Cardinals as they go 3 up, 3 down to start the 2019 season. We had a chance to catch up with London Majors manager Root Chanjat before the game and ask him a few questions. Here they are.
London Majors Root Chanjat too. We're coming into the first game of the season. A lot of mix of new and old faces. How are you feeling about the mix of players this year?
You know, we're really excited about it. We got a lot of new blood, and it gives the veteran guys, some excitement because these guys coming in and you guys are so pumped to be here. So it makes everyone excited, and we're all looking forward to the start of the season.
And you have a lot of new pitching. How are you feeling about the pitching coming into this year?
You know what? That's the thing that intrigues me the most. We've got 8 new pitchers. We haven't had a strong bullpen depth-wise in previous years, so we've got some depth here. So just going to see how they adjust and what roles they kind of take on. So we're going to assess the whole team, including the bullpen, the first month, and try to find roles for everyone.
All right, thank you, Roop, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
There was the interview with Roop, and exciting season for him as he's going to be looking for some milestone wins as well in his IBL career. But first, he's got to deal with opening day here in the first game of the 2019 season as the London Majors get set to do the batting in the bottom half of the first inning. Dylan, who do we got due up?
Due up for the London Majors, we've got Phil Thrappis, the shortstop, Ismail Pena, the versatile DH, and Byron Reichstein, longtime London Major. He is in right field again today.
Of course, some good bats there in the lineup for the London Majors. We mentioned already a stick not in the lineup tonight, Cleveland Brownlee. Unfortunately, he's back home in Georgia visiting some family. We'll hope to see him on the road Sunday as the Majors head to Barrie. But we'll have to do without him tonight as the Majors get set to take their swings here in the bottom of the first inning.
And they will be up against Zach Gonzalez, a right-hander. Pitched in the Pecos League last year. Went 3-0 with a 2.90 ERA. Only 24 years old, but he has a lively arm.
Gonzalez not one of those players that has a necessarily intimidating look on the mound. He doesn't stand that tall out there, but he does sure huck the ball pretty well out there, and he's going to get set to try and take down this London Majors order.
First guy on base is Phil Thrappis, who gets on base a lot and has some speed.
Here is the delivery underway. Squares around to bunt, pulls back. It's going to be a strike anyways, and a first pitch strike for Gonzalez on the mound.
Yeah, not surprised to see Thrappis show bunt there, since no one in this lineup has seen Gonzalez before, or no one to my knowledge has seen Gonzalez before. So they want to get a feel of what he's going to throw, and a great way to do that is showing bunt. And now the catcher's going to go out to the mound. Again, Gonzalez in his first year with the Cardinals. He's a new arm in the IBL. Everyone's trying to get to know him, hitters and catchers.
Certainly, he did get ahead with the first strike there on the bunt and pullback by Thrappis. Here's the 0-1 delivery on its way from Gonzalez. Looks like he changes up speeds a little bit, goes inside, misses for ball one. A 1-1 count now on Thrappis, the leadoff man for the London Majors. That one swung on and hit over to the second baseman. Throw over to first base. It's going to be a close one, but Thrappis will be called out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and Phil Thrappis does have a lot of speed. We saw that on display right there as he almost beat that ground ball out. A slow roller to second base. It was important for the second baseman to make that play very quickly, and Grant Arnold sure did.
That's Grant Arnold with the play over there at second base. He's playing second base for the Hamilton Cardinals tonight, and didn't necessarily take his time there, but wasn't as quick as he possibly could have been, and it was a close play over there with the Majors leadoff man coming down the line here as Ismail Pena will DH in today's ballgame, and he'll bat second for the Majors. Pitch is on the inside part of the plate. Pena gets out of the way for ball one.
If you did tune in to the doubleheader against the Michigan Jetbox, Pena came in a pinch hit in the ninth inning. He hit a double to the left center field wall, and in game two, he hit one out. Pena has a lot of power and a lot of versatility out on the diamond.
Pena calls time there, steps out and gathers himself again here.
Ismail won't be cheated out there. He knows what he wants to hit, and he will hit it.
Pena swings on the ground to Arnold over there at second base, and the throw over to first base. Pena's going to be retired on a pair of pitches as well, and Gonzalez making pretty quick work of the Majors here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, and I don't expect much from the Majors first time through the order. They're trying to get a feel for Zach Gonzalez, but if the offense is going to get going, I think it will be in the second or third time around the order.
Here is Byron Reichstein digging in for his first at-bat of the 2019 season. Had a good year last year with the Majors, one of the big power bats in their lineup, and he'll try to get things started here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Reichstein, a big run producer, and he's got a guy that can really get on base in Phil Thrappis ahead of him, and let's see if Reichstein can create some offense on his own here.
The empty count delivery from Gonzalez, fastball on the outside part of the plate, misses, and it moves to a 1-0 count on Byron. Byron stands in the left-hander's batter's box there, feet set apart, and gets ready for the 1-0 delivery from Gonzalez. It's an off-speed pitch, outside part of the plate, misses for ball two.
Yeah, and you can tell that's not exactly where Zach Gonzalez wanted that pitch to go. We got two guys to roll over on it. Unfortunately, that one did not cross the plate.
2-0 count now here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the first inning. Byron Reichstein leads things off here. Pardon me, bats with 2 outs as he tries to get something going here with 2 outs for the Majors. The 2-0 delivery is going to be a fastball, catches the outside part of the plate there, moves the count to 2-1.
We've seen a lot of different looks from Zach Gonzalez so far on the mound. He's gone from the windup with a double pump, and now he's out of the stretch. That can really do things to a hitter's timing and a hitter's mind.
Certainly can as he delivers here on 2-1. Changes speeds again. This one outside, and count moves to 3-1. Now a hitter's count for Byron here with 2 out in the first.
Byron will work you if you're out there on the mound, and expect good at-bats from him. Expect him to get on base, and he'll certainly drive in runs.
3-1 delivery on the way. Catches the outside part of the plate there and called for a strike. Moves the count to full as we have now a full count with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Gonzalez is on the man there as he grabs his sign, shaking off the catcher a few times before he gets one he likes, and enough for the umpire and Reichstein to call time there at home.
And like I said, Gonzalez has shown a lot of variety out there on the mound. He's taking his time. He's shown a lot of different looks that can mess with the hitter.
It's going to be an off-speed pitch swung on and to second baseman Arnold again. He'll shovel it over to first base, and the Majors are retired in order as well in the bottom half of the first inning. We're through 1 complete here on Majors TV. Opening day, 0-0 after 1.
As a reminder, visit our King Jordan Integration access all of our lovely motivators souvenirs as well. Motivators would like to remind you that 50/50 tickets are for sale. Tickets available as well on the Motivators Team Store at our main grandstand. Free tickets for only $2 or 9 blank for $5. With us quickly, the draw will take place at the end of the 8th inning. I'd like to welcome Dr. Millard to the game tonight. Dr. Millard, the only chiropractic sports specialist in London, has been offering assistance to the London Majors for many years. Thank you, Dr. Millard. Visit LondonSportsChiropractic.com for more information.
Welcome back here on Majors TV. We're through 1 inning of play here at Labatt Park. No score on the board, no hits as well, as both pitchers had a pretty good first inning. Just a reminder to all of you watching at home that the London Majors team store is located on the grandstand, or you can visit us online at londonmajors.com and find the team store there. Dylan, good first inning for both pitchers on the mound so far.
It certainly was. Both of them had it going. They seemed to find a groove, and the hitters, they're getting their first swings in against IBL Arms this season, so it is to be expected a little bit first time through the order.
Boone back out on the mound for the Majors, as to be expected here in the top of the second inning. That's the first pitch, and it misses high on its way to the batter, John Zumba, for the Hamilton Cardinals. Pitch is fouled off and into the parking lot here at Labatt Park.
One of the things I've been seeing a lot, and everyone in the ballpark has been seeing, a lot of late swings off of Owen Boone's fastball, and he has a lot of velocity, and it's a great thing for him.
Certainly is. Here is Boone now, a 1-1 count on the 4-hitter in this order for the Hamilton Cardinals. That pitch misses inside as well, and the count moves to 2-1. 2-1 count for Boone as he faces off against Zomba for the Hamilton Cardinals. Now number 5 and playing first base. Here is the 2-1 count on the way from Boone. Fastball outside part of the plate. He's going to get the call on the outside part of the plate there on the fastball. 2-2 the count now. The 2-2 delivery from Boone. Fastball low, and it's going to miss. Possibly wanted that pitch a little bit higher, but the count will move to 3 balls and 2 strikes nonetheless.
Owen Boone has a lot of velocity, and at times what will happen with that velocity can sometimes get out of control. Boone is usually very good at managing that.
Three-two delivery on the way from Owen Boone as he grabs his sign from Luis A.O. Winds, delivers, and swung on and hit to the shortstop. A quick bobble and a throw on to first base. They're going to get him at 1 for the first out of the inning.
And that was an absolute rocket hit to Phil Thrapis over at shortstop. But one thing I'm getting from a lot of the players and a lot of the coaches is Phil Thrapis is very smooth and a great defensive player over at shortstop. On full display right there as he bobbled the ball, caught it, and whipped it over to first.
Certainly a great play for him, and that's why they have him over there at shortstop. Good way to start the second inning there as a strong ground ball over the short makes its way over to first, and 1 out here for Owen Boone to start things off as he gets ready and gets set to face his next batter here. Here is the delivery from Owen Boone. It's going to be off-speed pitch, swung on down the third base line there. Foul ball as it makes its way to the Majors bullpen. Connor Bowie, the batter for Hamilton here in the top of the second inning. 0-1 count on him. Boone delivers, off-speed pitch. He's going to get the call for strike number 2.
You know, and we haven't really seen that off-speed pitch tonight from Owen Boone, but when it's working, it is working really well. So we'll see if he incorporates more of that throughout the game.
0-2 pitch after the curveball called for a strike here. We'll see what Boone goes to on 0-2. It's the fastball swung over to shortstop. It's going to be Ambrose making the throw, and they won't be able to come up with the pick over there at first base is the first baseman for the Majors, Evan Britt. Don't know if it was going to be in time anyways, as Bowie's was making his way down the line pretty quick, and they're going to get on there.
Bowie, a very fast runner, and he got down the base pretty quickly. That is going to be ruled an error, unlike Ambrose.
Ambrose came up with the ball cleanly and made a strong throw, but he was in the dirt and possibly even late to first base anyways. So with 1 out here, the Majors will have to deal with.
Ball broke somebody's window.
Here is the 0-0 delivery with a runner on base. Boone gets ahead with a strike and moves ahead 0-1.
Interesting to see how Boone adapts in this early season start with a runner on.
Runner on first. Lead is not too big over there at first base, just out by the cutout there on the first base side. Boone delivers, and that one's sent past the diving first baseman Britt and into right field. Going from first to third is going to be Bowie. He's going to get there and beat the throw. And now scrambling around a little bit are the Majors with runners on second and third. The road down is a single. Nonetheless, with 1 out here, Owen Boone's going to have to deal with runners on second and third.
Yeah, 2 runners in scoring position. A great play by Byron Reichstein. A solid throw. It ate up Mike Ambrose over third base and got past him, which allowed Tevlin to advance.
Mike Giacchetto will do the batting now for Hamilton. He's got a couple runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the second inning. Ambrose is going to play even with the bag over at third, just hidden behind the beam there in our view here on TV. Evan Britt will do the same, just on the edge of the grass over there at first base. If they get one quick, they're going to try and stop that runner from going home. First pitch swung on, and we'll go for strike number 1. 0-1 on the batter here with runners in scoring position, working from the stretch now.
Luis Sale goes out to the mound, and it seemed like maybe the signs were getting a little mixed up a bit. Maybe Boone wasn't feeling himself as much as he was in that first inning, as the past couple of batters have hit the ball really hard. Good on Sale there to go out and clarify everything and make everything work.
A lot of times you'll see after a quick first inning or a quick inning prior to the one you're in, and then you kind of get a few runners on base with only one or so outs, you'll have the catcher go out there and just try to calm down the pitcher. Exactly what he did there, and he'll go to work here. 0-1 count with one out. Off-speed pitch again, swung on and missed, and Boone has himself up quite a bit. 0-2 on the batter Cachetto for Hamilton.
That is the off-speed pitch that when it's going, it is going. And right there, Cachetto was way ahead of it.
One out with runners standing on second and third. Here is the 0-2 pitch from Boone as he steps off, grabs a new sign from Luis Seo, and gets ready to deal on 0-2. Batter calls time again, and
You know what? I can understand it. Boone threw a lot of fastballs in the first inning. I started to mix things up a bit. Takes a little more time to process that as a hitter.
they'll do it again here on 0-2. 0-2 delivery on the way from Owen Boone. Winds, delivers, off-speed pitch in the dirt, blocked up by Seo.
Seo, a good defensive catcher. Good block there.
1-2 the count there as that ball was in the dirt for the first ball of the at-bat. Still some pitches to work with here if you're Owen Boone on the mound. Here's the 1-2 delivery from him in the dirt as well. Count moves to 2-2 now. Two and two here for Owen Boone working in his second inning of work. Just one out with runners standing on second and third.
It seemed that error might have rattled him a little bit out on the mound as he was cruising through the first inning.
Here is the 2-2 pitch from Boone. Fastball outside part of the plate. Wants the call, doesn't get it, just a bit off.
It seems that corner of the plate is not going to be called by the umpire, as although it's only been almost an inning and a half, he has been pretty consistent on calling the inside corner on righties, but not that outside corner.
Full count now as Boone works in the second here. One out. The delivery is going to be hit on the ground to shortstop. No play at home as Strapless will make the throw over to one for the second out of the inning. Hamilton will grab a run on the play and pick up the first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, you couldn't come home on that if you're Phil Thrappis. The infield not playing in there, conceding that run. It's only the second inning. Great play by Thrappis to make a solid throw to first. Easy for Britt to make a play on.
So in the top half of the second inning here, the Hamilton Cardinals will take the lead there. 1-0 is our score here as Boone works. He's got two outs now. The delivery from him. Curveball swung on and missed.
And you know the batter was way ahead of that off-speed pitch, and Boone seems to have it working today.
Renault playing the left field position for Hamilton today. Swings and misses and will find himself down 0-2 with two outs here. 0-2 pitch on the way from Owen Boone. Swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. The Hamilton Cardinals will pick up a run on an error, a hit, and a ground out. And they'll lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Welcome back to London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV. Noah Smith alongside Dylan Baker. Is your business in need of some exposure during the London Majors games? Reach out to us here and we can put you in touch with Angela at angela@londonmajors.com to help find innovative ways to help your business grow with the London Majors, possibly even get involved with Majors TV here as the London Majors get set to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Hamilton picked up a run in the top half of the second inning. Now Gonzalez will work with a lead here as he faces Mike Ambrose to start off the second inning here. That pitch is going to be across for a strike. Ambrose will have to do it now with a strike on the board here as Gonzalez gets ahead early.
Interesting to see if Gonzalez is more comfortable now with the lead, although there's only one run.
It's a curveball, and it's going to be cross for a strike now, an 0-2 count on Ambrose.
Fans not liking the call, but it was a strike, a ton of movement on that off-speed pitch from Gonzalez.
Fans and possibly even Mike Ambrose thinking that one was a little bit high, Dylan, as he takes an extended walk outside of the batter's box here and gets set to go on 0-2.
It's important not to hold that last pitch in your mind, clear your head, and get ready for the next one.
Delivery from Gonzalez misses on the outside part of the plate here, and now Ambrose finds himself a little bit back in the count here, 1-2.
Gonzalez seemed to try to get a little something extra on that one, and it went outside.
Count and swung on by Ambrose, hit down by the London Majors dugout there, and the count will remain 1-2. Here is the 1-2 delivery. Just outside, Ambrose started to go around, but will hold off in time to bring the count back to even, 2-2. Two-two pitch from Gonzalez on the way to Ambrose. Misses outside in the dirt. Good pickup there by the catcher, and the count will move to full now.
Good job by Ambrose there, getting down 0-2 on a pitch that he certainly didn't like. He didn't hold that pitch in the back of his mind. Moved on to the next one, and now it is a full count. Not eager to get redemption. He's been patient.
3-2 pitch on the way, and Ambrose will walk. Fell behind 0-2 on a couple pitches he didn't like. Crowd didn't like him either, but he'll battle back and find himself on first base with a walk to lead off the top half of the second inning here.
An amazing at-bat there by Mike Ambrose. Props to him at the plate.
Absolutely, as he'll find himself down there 90 feet away from home plate at first base, and Luis Sao will come in to take his first regular season swings for the London Majors.
Sao in his first season in the Majors pinstripes has a lot of potential at the plate. Let's see if he can move up Ambrose.
First pitch from Sao fouled off into the catcher. And a strike to get ahead of things here for Gonzalez on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals. No, 1 count now. Ambrose takes his lead over there at first, although not a big one. Gonzalez winds on the mound, delivers, and swung on and missed from Sao, and Sao finds himself down. 2 strikes on the board there. Oh, 2 on Luis Sao, the catcher for the London Majors in tonight's ball game. Here's the delivery from him, off-speed pitch. Going to hold up, and they're going to appeal down to first base umpire, and they're going to say as well that he held up. 1-2 the count now.
Good job by Sao on holding back in time on that pitch well out of the zone.
Pitch swung on and missed. It's going to be a strikeout for Gonzalez to get his first out of the bottom half of the second inning. And we'll bring up to the plate for the London Majors another familiar face from last year's team. The Evan Britt coming in for the Majors, wearing number 45, and batting with a runner on here in the bottom half of the second inning. Ambrose once again takes his lead at first. First pitch, and it is outside and low for ball one on Evan Britt.
Britt had a great first year as a major, batting .309. I'd love to see that again, that kind of production again from Evan.
1-0 count for Evan. He's up, and he's going to swing and miss. Strike one. Gonzalez finds himself a way to get back in the count there, as it looked like another fastball. Gonzalez looked like he was going to throw over to first, but Mike Ambrose had called time.
Seems like there was something Ambrose didn't like out there. He fixed up the dirt a little bit.
1-1 count now on Evan Britt with one out here in the bottom of the second. He's going to pick over. Ambrose gets back with a kind of slide, kind of lunge.
A beautiful plank executed there by Mike Ambrose.
However you make it back, as long as you make it back. That's all that matters, as the 1-1 delivery is going to be swung on and missed from Britt. Finds himself down 1-2 here.
1-2.
1 out. Ambrose stands on first. Evan Britt is at the bat as Gonzalez gets ready to deal with his 1-2 pitch here. Off-speed pitch, outside part of the plate. Doesn't get the call. Looks like it just missed on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, and that pitch I don't think is going to get called all game, or at least what we've seen so far from the home plate umpire.
Hasn't called a lot on that outside part of the plate for right-handed batters at least, so it'll be interesting to see if that changes as the game goes on. That pitch is swung on and hit down the right field line. Evan Britt's going to find the wall in the corner. Ambrose is going to be waved around third, and he's going to be on his way to home. The relay throw to home. Ambrose is upstanding, and the London Majors are on the board here in the bottom of the second inning. Evan Britt delivers with an RBI double in his first at-bat of the season.
Great job by Evan Britt there at the plate, going with the pitch, hitting it to the right field corner and tying the ball game up for the Majors, scoring Mike Ambrose all the way from first base. Looked like it could have been close to the plate. It ended up not being so close, and it's a tied ball game now.
Ambrose makes his way all the way around on the ball that made its way all the way to the fence for Evan Britt. It was an off-speed pitch that he took the other way and sent down into the right field corner just out of view of our camera, but a good relay throw really by the Hamilton Cardinals, just wasn't fast enough to get Ambrose at the plate, and the Majors are on the board tying this game. First pitch misses, low, ball one.
The play is Jonathan Duforest. Played at McGill this season. He hit .338 with 9 RBI. 74 at-bats. He had a solid .957 field percentage with 3 outfield assists.
Forrest takes a strike on the outside part of the plate there. Coming from McGill, of course, like Dylan mentioned. Producing at McGill, came over to London this season and looks to do the exact same. The 1-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for the second strike of the at-bat. Count moves to 1-2 here with one out. Evan Britt stands on second.
Be great for Duforest to get his first at-bat with the Majors, get a single, to score a run here.
Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch, looked like he was right there. Doesn't get the call, a little bit high. Count moves to 2-2.
Catcher held the pitch back there, hoping he'd get a call. He did not receive one.
2-2 count now on DeForest. That ball is low, going to miss, and we'll have another full count here.
Majors is doing a great job not chasing the off-speed or any offerings outside the zone. While they have gotten down 0-2 in several at-bats, they have not chased on the offerings from Gonzalez.
3-2 pitch on the way, and it'll be hit to the shortstop. Britt doesn't go to third. Strong throw over to first. Gets to Forrest for the second out of the inning.
Chris Beer over at shortstop, always a great defender, great offensive player. Strong arm, as he showed us there.
Now the Majors will look to try and get something going with 2 outs here, and Britt standing on second base. Steve Froese will now get his first at-bat of the season. Spent last year playing with the St. Thomas Cardinals of the Midwestern Ontario Senior League.
He's got quite the beard on him. I'm not sure if you heard it, but there were small Fear the Beard chants in the crowd as he came up to the plate.
He takes ball one, and the 1-0 delivery now from Gonzalez is swung on and missed. Throws back in the pinstripes, spent some time with the majors a few years back. He's in a 1-1 count now with 2 outs as he tries to find himself his first RBI of the season. Britt stands at second. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Hit on the ground to third base. It's going to be a tough throw over there to one. He'll get Froze running, and the inning is over. The Majors will pick up a run on the RBI double from Evan Britt. They'll tie the game. We'll move to the third, all tied up at 1 here at Labatt Park. Welcome back, Majors fans. Majors TV here from Labatt Park on a gorgeous Friday night. Dylan, me and you were just talking as we were off mic there. It was chilly when we were down on field level before the game. However, it is warmed up a considerable amount now despite the sun going away. It is a gorgeous night right now.
A beautiful night here at Labatt Park. If you didn't come out to the game, you're missing something. Down at field level, I was almost shivering, but up here, it's gotten a lot warmer, and it's a very nice night here in London.
If you are a Majors fan who enjoys all the great images you see on the Majors social media, make sure you check out Matt Hiscock's photography and email him at matt@londonmajors.com. We're ready to get things started here in the third inning here as we move ahead. That ball misses on the inside part of the plate. Ball number 1 is Boone is out there for another inning of work. Here is the 1-1 count. Boone delivers. Off-speed pitch. Gonna miss high. Ball 2. Two 1 count. That ball is fouled off here. And into the stands there. Here's Boone's delivery on 2-2. Swung on miss. Boone strikes him out for the first out of the third inning here. Boone with the high fastball again. Dylan for the strikeout. Moves ahead now here with his first out there. On a strikeout. That ball misses low.
No, that was, he was in the right. I was in the wrong.
1-0. 1-0 delivery from Boone. Pitch hit in the air. Going to find the grandstands down along the third base side. And Boone will get himself a strike on the board.
Boone executed the high fastball on the last batter, and it's been a great pitch for him so far.
The high fastball has been effective for Boone so far in the ballgame. A number of strikeouts with it and a number of swing and misses in the count as well. Here's the pitch from Boone. Dive, and it'll get past the first baseman Evan Britt on the dive and into right field for a 1-out single.
Yeah, Evan Britt made his best attempt to get that ball, but it was hard to see how hard that ball was hit, and it got through into right field.
I think it fooled Evan Britt at first on, like you mentioned, Dylan, how hard that ball was hit, because he dove and was on the ground for a decent amount of time before the ball even made its way past him, so possibly just misjudging how hard that ball was hit.
Yeah, and once you dive, there's no going back. You can't get back up and dive again to get a ball, or it's hard to even get back up and collect it.
Nonetheless, it'll be a single. And here is the 0-0 pitch from Boone with 1 out, swung on and missed. Boone working ahead again in the count.
Yeah, Alan Boone's done a great job of getting ahead in counts, and that's going to be pivotal for him if he wants to pitch deep into this ballgame.
Boone, of course, back with the majors here as he works in his third inning of work here on opening night here at Labatt Park. Delivers, and it's going to be low for a ball. Count moves now to 1-1. Chris Beer bats for the Hamilton Cardinals here with a runner standing on first base, 1 out in the third inning. Here's the delivery. Misses high.
Fake steal, a little bluff there by Justin Gideon, had the majors fooled. Chris Beer's last time up was the victim of a great catch by Robert Doyle out in center field.
Doyle making that grab with the sun setting behind the grandstand in the first at-bat for Beer. Sun completely gone now of the field as the lights are on here at Labatt Park. A 2-1 count now for Boone as he works against Beer. Picks over to 1 and back in sliding safe.
Gideon, the leadoff hitter, playing center field, obviously has a ton of speed, and he's going to use it as a weapon for him against the majors.
Runner off and will be fouled off and will find its way outside of the park here. Count moves now to 2-2 with 1 out as Boone looks to try and get himself possibly another strikeout here, maybe go to that high fastball again.
Boone guessed right on Gideon running. However, Gideon seems to be a great base stealer, got a great jump, and was not close to being caught on the pickoff move.
2-2 count from Boone. Pitch delivered on the ground to shortstop Phil Trappis. Will shovel over to Froze on the ground and a pick at first, and they're going to say he came off. A great shovel over to Froze at second. He makes a strong throw over to first base, and Britt will make a really good pick over there at 1, but the first base umpire and crew chief tonight, Bob Blake, will say that he came off the bag, his foot just came off, and they'll get 1 out on the play, grab the lead runner, but they'll have to go through another Hamilton Cardinal here and Grant Arnold.
You never want to extend an inning to allow Grant Arnold to hit, as he is a great average hitter and he's their offensive catalyst. Obviously, it was out of the major's control there. And Rube Channerdat's on the field still talking about it. It was a tight call.
Rube Channerdat will come on the field now, possibly seeing if get a little bit of an explanation over there at first base. Like you said, Dylan, really nothing you can do there. The majors made all the right plays. There's a good shovel from Trappis over to Froze at second, and then a good throw, although a little bit low in the dirt. And a good pick by Britt as well, just his foot came off the bag.
Yeah, great pick, and from up here it didn't really look like he was off the bag, but obviously we don't have the same angle the first base umpire does, and he's the crew chief. He knows his stuff. Got to go with him on the call.
I have a perfect.
So Roop Chanderdat will get nothing out of that conversation except for maybe a little bit of an explanation. Nonetheless, Owen Boone will have to work here to another batter in the third inning. 2 outs though, and a runner on first base as he gets set to face the 3-hole hitter here for the Hamilton Cardinals, Grant Arnold.
You know, it's got to be tough for a pitcher knowing that he couldn't control that last play, but you got to recover and bounce back strong.
Pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate, called for a strike. Boone works ahead, using that fastball to get ahead in counts like he's done so many times already in this ball game.
And we don't have a tool to measure first pitch strikes, but I'm sure he'd be up in the 80 to 90% range so far in this one.
The 0-1 pitch from Boone. A good lead over there at first base, but nothing going. Count moves to 1-1 now.
Chris Beer over at first base, not necessarily known for his speed, but he can still get back every once in a while.
1-1 count. Decent lead over there at 1 and a good jump, but that ball is going to be fouled back on the pitch from Boone, and the count will move ahead to 1-2 now.
Boone's been great throwing strikes, and obviously he's got a hard fastball. He uses that to his advantage, as a lot of these Hamilton Cardinals hitters have been late on his pitches.
1-2 now as the Majors fans get into a little bit clapping along. 1-2 count here with 2 outs as Boone looks to try and get himself out of the third. Here is the delivery. It's going to be high, and Luis Sale's going to throw down to second base, and they're going to get him at 2. A great play and a great throw by Luis Sale, and the side is retired in the third.
Great play by Luis Sale there. Great throw. Phil Thrapis got to the bag just in time to place a great tag. Umpire had a perfect view for it, and that is how this inning will end.
So Boone gets through his third inning of work. No runs that inning. And we are heading to the bottom of the third here on Majors TV, still tied at 1. Welcome back here to Majors TV. We're in the bottom half of the third inning here. All tied up as 1 as the Hamilton Cardinals are in town for opening night here. Noah Smith alongside Dylan Baker for this one as we get set to get things started here in the bottom of the third. Robert Doyle will lead things off for the Majors.
Doyle, the number 9 hitter, second leadoff guy, ton of speed, gets on base. Once he does, he can come around to score pretty quickly.
Doyle, the London, Ontario native, attended Beale Secondary School. Played baseball at Fanshawe College as well, winning a national championship in 2016. Here's the delivery, swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch.
Quite the speed difference between those last 2 pitches. Zach Gonzalez has really been executing his off-speed stuff. Doyle was ahead of that one.
0-2 count on Doyle. They'll take time here. As with 0-2, they will have to do things again here. Gonzalez working again for the Majors. Against the Majors, pardon me. Fastball is going to miss low. Looked like on the mound that he wanted the call. He's not going to get it. And the count will move to 1-2. One-two delivery from Gonzalez in the dirt. Doyle will take that one and even the count back up to 2-2.
Gonzalez off-speed has shown glimpses of being great today, but a lot of the off-speed has been in the dirt or away, and the majors have been laying off.
Count now 2-2. Gonzalez working against Doyle to lead off the inning for the majors. Fastball misses on the outside part of the plate. Doyle works himself back to a 3-2 count.
And I know I mentioned this last inning, but the majors are having great at-bats so far in this game against Zach Gonzalez, especially for the first time that they've seen him. They are working back in counts after going down 0-2, and they are really working him hard right now.
3-2 delivery from Gonzalez to Doyle. Going to be popped up. A tough play to make for the third baseman. And he is going to just overrun it a little bit just outside of our camera shot there. Won't be able to make the play. And second chance life here for Doyle.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage of those things. Is tough play for the third baseman. Had to get around to third base coach and make a play in foul territory. Just overran it a little bit, misjudged it. Doyle has to capitalize here.
It'll take a little bit to iron out those wrinkles there in the defense. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Doyle is hit past the diving pitcher Gonzalez over to the shortstop bobble, and Doyle will make it over to first base. And or not, it'll be on first base to lead things off here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, and that's what speed does to defensive players. That puts pressure on you as a defense. Gonzalez knows that Doyle has speed. He dove, missed the ball. Then you've got at second base, you've got Grant Arnold, who came in, bobbled it because he knows he had to make a quick play to get the speedy Doyle. Unfortunately, he could not.
And now back to the top of the order here for the majors as Phil Trappist will get set to bat with Doyle on first base.
And it seems that play has been ruled an error.
Trappist batting. Doyle takes his lead over there at first base, and he'll square around to bunt, much like he did in his first at-bat. However, fouls this one back towards the netting there, and count moves to 0-1.
Trappist showed his speed, and with a guy at first, why not sack him over or maybe even get on if the defense has a miscommunication.
0-1 the count here. Trappist batting, Doyle on first. Gonzalez still on the mound here for the Cardinals in the bottom of the third. Here's his 0-1 delivery. Trappist squares around once more. Takes this one outside for a ball, and count moves to 1-1.
Phil Trappist, a very patient, experienced guy. He will not keep that bat out there for pitches that are outside of the zone.
Here is the 1-1 pitch on the way from Gonzalez. Swung on and hit foul. Out towards the grandstand and over the grandstand there on third base side.
Hit and run was on for the majors there. Trappist just a little bit behind it. And the hit by Robert Doyle, the error, has been converted to a hit now.
So Doyle gets on base with a single. He stands out there with a 1-2 count on Trappist. Gonzalez gets set to deliver. He will. It's in the dirt. Doyle doesn't go anywhere. And the count moves to 2-2 now. Two and two count now. Gonzalez working against the leadoff man in this London Majors order. Doyle stands on first base. Doesn't go. That ball is in the dirt. Doyle's going to go to second now, and he'll be in there standing up as a runner now stands on second base with nobody out here. Trappist still batting.
Another major has worked back in this count, and Doyle capitalized on the pitch in the dirt there to move up to second base, and now the majors have a runner in scoring position with Trappist at the plate, Pena on deck, and Byron Reichstein in the hole.
Pitch swung on and fouled back here. Count remains 3-2. Doyle now stands on second base. Gonzalez working with nobody out here. The majors try to get something going, possibly try to take a lead here in the bottom of the third. That pitch misses outside, and Phil Thrapis will march his way down to first base here, and the Majors are in business here. Runners on first and second, pardon me. Nobody out.
And Zach Gonzalez has simply not been able to finish batters, and that's not necessarily a problem you want to have. There are certain problems that are minor and can happen in a game, but not being able to finish a batter is something you don't want to have, especially when you get ahead of them 0-2 like he's done on several of these Majors hitters. They've fought their way back, and good on the Majors, too. You can't just blame the pitcher. They've been very patient at the plate. They're laying off the pitches out of the zone, and it's been working great for them.
Now, we talked with manager Ruth Chanardat before the game, and he talked about wanting to play a little bit more small ball this year. However, with runners on first and second, nobody out, and the meat of your order up, you're probably not going to be bunting here, especially with Pena at the bat.
Oh, yeah, Pena has a ton of power at the plate, and you're not going to be bunting right now, but we saw them try to execute one with Phil Thrapis, and they even went with a hit and run there. So the Majors are going to be playing more small ball. It's not expected to happen right now, though, with Ismael Pena.
Yeah, certain guys in your lineup you're not going to play small ball with all the time. Pena, Brownlee, Byron as well. He does square around a bunt, though, however. Takes this one in the dirt for ball one.
Don't take our word for anything.
Of course, what do we know? Pena at the bat here, and batting with two runners on here, nobody out. Does square around a bunt on the first one. Pulls back for ball one.
That could have just been to fool the defense or mess them a little bit, but you never know.
1-0 count. He does it again. Pulls back this time. Doesn't get the call as Gonzalez thought that might have crossed the zone. Either way, it'll go to now 2 balls, no strikes on Pena.
I'm being honest, no, I'm quite surprised to see Ismael Pena squaring around a bunt.
So now the question really becomes, is with a 2-0 count, you know he kind of has to come at you here. Do you stop the bunt and do you let him rip? And they do. This ball's sent into center field, and it'll drop down in front of the center fielder. They're going to hold everybody where they are. It'll go as a single for Ismael Pena, and after swinging around a bunt on the first 2 pitches of the at-bat, he'll swing at a 2-0 pitch, driving into center field. And with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, the Majors will have the bases loaded.
Yeah, super tough to judge that ball as it was a line drive right into center field and ended up dropping out in front of Gideon. Nothing you can really do there. Obviously, you want the RBI if you're Pena. You want the run if you're the Majors. Can't really do much there as you do have to hold to make sure that ball does get down. So great base running by Robert Doyle and Phil Thrapis.
Iron Reichstein will bat here. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Majors. Certainly won't be bunting here. He's going to be swinging, trying to do some damage. Gonzalez delivers from the windup. That ball's inside for ball one.
Reichstein, a run producer. Let's see if he can get 1 or maybe even 2 home. Possibly 3 if he can get a ball far enough into the gap here.
Brian, one of those guys that has a lot of power in this lineup. Corner's still playing somewhat in here for the Hamilton Cardinals defense, trying to cut down and run out at home. Infield in the middle at least, playing double play depth.
If you're Zach Gonzalez right now, you cannot afford to get frustrated. Obviously, the defense with the miscue on the Doyle base hit, nothing's really been going his way this inning, but you cannot get flustered out on the mound. You have to stay focused on getting Reichstein.
2-0 pitch to Byron, swung on and missed. First strike, 1. Count moved to 2-0 there, and pitch looked a little bit low, but he was swinging, trying to possibly do some damage here as the count now moves to 2-1. Nobody out here as the Majors have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. Gonzalez on the mound there. Delivers in the dirt. Count moves to 3-1.
Last thing you want to do if you're Zach Gonzalez is walk in a run right now. But if you do, if that does end up happening, you cannot allow that to rattle you out on the mound.
3-1 count on Reichstein here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Gonzalez. Swung on, missed for strike 2. So he works his way back into the count here and has a full count here, albeit with nobody out and the bases loaded.
If you're Byron, you're still got to be looking for your pitch here. Obviously, it's a full count. You got to protect the plate, but you do have the meat of the order coming up after you.
Swung on and missed on a 3-2 fastball. Byron goes down swinging, but the Majors still have the bases loaded here, albeit now with one out instead of nobody out, and the community order is still up here for the majors as Mike Ambrose gets set to bat.
Mike Ambrose had a great at-bat his first time up last inning and got on with a walk. Scored on the double by Evan Britt.
Ambrose, of course, was one of those batters with a great at-bat, fell behind 0-2, worked himself back into the count, and found himself on base here. Now he's going to try and do a little bit different style of an at-bat if he has it his way, and try to drive some runs in with the bases loaded.
For sure, but Zach Gonzalez has not been showing great command this inning. So if you're Mike Ambrose, you have to look for your pitch in your zone, drive it to the outfield, get a run home, get it in the air, even for a sacrifice fly. You cannot allow yourself to go after that outside pitch.
And ball outside on the off-speed pitch here, falls behind 2-0 again. And if I'm out there, Dylan, at least my personal view, he's fallen behind 2 straight batters, 2-0 here. I'd make him come to me. I'd make him throw me a strike before I go out of the zone and chase anything.
Oh, for sure you have to, especially with the bases loaded and such a great RBI spot in a tied game. Ambrose has to be smart. Has to be smart at the plate.
Does exactly that as he takes the 2-0 curveball there. Gonzalez, although he has the bases loaded in this third inning here, not afraid to go to that curveball on 2-0.
Yeah, and that's what they meant when they said that Zach Gonzalez works in reverse order, has a lot of confidence in his off-speed stuff, and not afraid to use it in any count, in any situation, even with the bases loaded and 2 speedsters out on the base paths. He's still using that curveball.
2-1 pitch here. Gonzalez against Ambrose, and he hits him. Ambrose will head down to first base. They'll all travel 90 feet, and the Majors will pick up another run here and hop out in front of this ball game here in the bottom of the third. Fastball on a hitter's count to Ambrose just looked like it came inside, maybe slipped out of the hand of Gonzalez and hit Ambrose, and a bases loaded hit by pitch will have the Majors on the board here in the bottom of the third.
Seo takes a ball low and away. Seo struck out his first time up. He looks to do better and drive home a couple runs here.
2-1 Majors lead here. Bases remain loaded with 1 out as Seo bats. Off-speed pitch misses again, and for the third straight batter here in the bottom of the third, Gonzalez has fallen behind here 2-0.
Yes, once again, just like it was for Mike Ambrose and Byron, you have to make him come to you.
Here's that 2-0 pitch to Seo, fouled off. Cued over to the first base side there, and we'll get a strike on the board, at least for Gonzalez here, as the count moves to 2-1.
Still only 1 out, a great RBI spot for Luis Seo.
2-1, bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Seo bats here, and Gonzalez delivers with a strike there, grabs the plate for the second strike. Count moves now to 2-2 on Seo. Bases loaded like I mentioned. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, takes it, and the count will move to full here with 1 out.
Zach Gonzalez has had trouble finishing off batters, only 2 strikeouts. He's gotten a lot of them to 2 strikes, but he cannot finish them off.
3-2 count for Gonzalez here as he faces Seo. 1 out. Not really any big leads for the runners out there on base. They're just going to look to try and move 90 feet at least.
That's all you really need. You get up by 2 runs with 1 run coming in. You're now leading 3-1. Gives a nice lead for Owen Boone, who's been sitting on the bench for a while now.
Pitch hit and cued off, and it's going to be trouble as it's going to get caught by the second baseman there. Just cued off the end of the bat by Seo, and it looked like it might have been able to drop, but nonetheless it was caught for the second out of the inning. And the Majors, though, still have the bases loaded here.
That brings up Evan Britt, who doubled his first time up and had an RBI. Mike Ambrose scored all the way from first on that double. Majors would love to see something here to get 1, 2, maybe even 3 runs home.
Britt doubled on an off-speed pitch that he sliced the other way into the gap.
Did a good job of staying with that pitch and taking it the other way.
There's a curveball to Britt. Across the zone for strike 1 here. 0-1 now as Gonzalez looks to try and get out of this. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Delivery from him in the dirt, blocked up. Runners can't go anywhere.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Noah, but that looked like a fastball in the dirt, and it seems the off-speed has been working a lot better of late for Zach Gonzalez.
Certainly he's been using that off-speed a few times as well. 2-0 counts, 1-0 counts. He's been going to that off-speed pitch to try and get strikes. Certainly don't know if he's more confident with it. It's certainly a pitch that's working more for him here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, and when something's working, you don't necessarily change it.
He's got a 1-1 count now on Britt. Like we mentioned, he has an RBI in the ball game as well on the double. Swung on and missed, and the count moves to 1-2 now. 1-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Zach Gonzalez pitching for the Hamilton Cardinals. He's going to try and work his way out of this jam that he got himself into in the bottom of the 3rd. Britt's the batter for the Majors. Here's the pitch, swung on, missed. It's a strikeout to end the inning. Gonzalez works his way out of it, and we're going to move to the 4th inning here at Labatt Park. The sun is down, the lights are on, and the Majors lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the 4th. Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here, London Majors TV. Noah Smith here with Dylan Baker. Now, Dylan, quite the game we've seen so far there. Zach Gonzalez, though, for the Hamilton Cardinals, just worked out of a jam there. What'd you like from him in that inning to work out of that jam?
Well, you know what? Zach Gonzalez really focused on getting every batter out. He did not waste his time with the runners on base. Yeah, the bases were loaded and made it pretty easy for him to focus on the hitter, but he did not give up in any count. And even if he lost the batter or if he started losing the batter, he fought back and he got the strikeouts, he got the groundouts, and everything was working for him once he allowed that one run.
So what happened to the low pace of that part? Not
So Boone working here in the 4th inning, popped up. Ambrose and Trappist making their way over there. Ambrose will be the one to make the grab and a very quick first out here in the top of the 4th inning for Owen Boone. Very quick first out here, and we'll bring to the plate here for the Hamilton Cardinals, John Zombo.
That's a good thing to see if you're the London Majors, because Owen Boone sat on the bench for a very long time in that inning. The bases were loaded. It took him a while to get back out there.
Fastball on the first pitch there. Second pitch of the inning for Boone. Misses high for ball 1. Boone got that first out of the inning on one pitch. And like Dylan mentioned, good to see when you're coming off the bench after sitting for a while. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And this is low, and the count moves to 2-0.
Zamba's first time up hit a rocket to Phil Thrappis at shortstop, and he bobbled it, but made a great recovery throw over first.
2-0. Here's the pitch from Boone. Off-speed pitch, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike and gets himself back into the count with a 2-0 off-speed pitch, much like we saw Zach Gonzalez, his counterpart, go to a few times in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, we talked about Zach Gonzalez being confident with his off-speed pitches, but they're really working for Owen Boone, so why not go to it in a 2-0 count?
That was a 2-1 fastball up high, fouled off into the screen.
It was actually you guys.
And the count moves back to 2-2 here, even as Boone will look to try and get himself back and get himself another out on the board here as the count moves to 2-2.
Good job by Owen Boone fighting back in this count, making it 2-2. He's even with the hitter now.
2-2 delivery on the way from Boone. Fastball hit up the middle. It's going to be a tough play to make. Hits off the bag, and they'll have no play. A tough one to make as that one went straight up the middle over Boone and hit off the second base bag. It was going to be a tough play to make either way, but they'll have no play at all after hitting the bag.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily a very hard hit ball, so Zamba had a lot of time to get to first base, and such a fluke play, a ball hitting the base. Nothing you can really do about it. Now it's up to Owen Boone to work out of it.
So Owen Boone will have to work with a runner on and one out here. And the 4th inning of work for him so far. We mentioned off the top of the broadcast, it'd be nice to see him go at least 5 or 6 for the majors tonight, although the bullpen is a lot stronger this year for the majors. Here he is working in the 4th. The 0-0 pitch from him is an off-speed pitch. They're going to say it catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
It'd be good to see Boone go 6 or 7 today, and it's not necessarily because the bullpen isn't good. The bullpen is great this year, but it's always a great thing to see when your opening day starter goes deep into ball games. It can be a sign of things to come.
Certainly can, as Boone works ahead here 0-1 in the 0-1 pitch here from Owen Boone. Delivery fastball up high, and possibly a runner in motion over there at first base, although he heads back to first.
The Cardinals have used a lot of bluffs, and Major's been on top of them, saying the runner is going. He then stops up. Louis Sale showed off his arm, last inning, throwing Chris Beer out at second base.
A big lead, a ground ball on to shortstop Thrappis. He'll go over to Froze and throw over to first base, and they're going to call him safe over there at 1. A very close play. Might have beat him by a half a step. Nonetheless, they're going to get the lead runner there and grab their second out of the inning.
Very tight bang-bang play there. Erases Zamba at second base, but allows Bowie to get on. Nothing you can really do there. Close play. Good throw by Froze at second base. Good turn as well. Thrappis did a great job of shoveling it over to him.
And that's a play right there where if this is not opening night and those two out there have worked together for a few games, they speed that up by even half a second. They have that runner over at first base. Nonetheless, they'll get the lead runner, and we'll have 2 outs here as Owen Boone looks to try and work his way through the 4th inning.
Boone has seemed relatively unfazed by runners on base throughout the ball game. Let's see if he can leave Bowie on at first.
Pitch from Boone with the lead, not much at first base. It's a fastball, catches the zone for strike one. Boone doing a good job at working ahead here in this at-bat. Gets the fastball across for strike one and finds himself up 0-1.
Luke Tevlin singled his first time up, got to second on the throw to third from Byron Reichstein.
It was just a slap hit his first time up as that curveball misses low. He had a good hit there, like Dylan mentioned. Got on second base, though, with the throw, and part of that inning for Hamilton. Here is the Majors right-hander Boone working in the fourth. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Not much of a lead over there at first base, just in from the cutout in the grass. Here is the 1-1 delivery from Boone. It's going to be hit on the ground to Froze at second, and he'll shovel it over to Trappist at short. They'll get the third out of the inning, and the side will be retired. No runs coming across again for the Hamilton Cardinals here. The Majors continue to lead 2-1 as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning here at Labatt Park. Welcome back to Majors TV here from Labatt Park. Noah Smith joined by Dylan Baker as we get set to go here in the bottom of the fourth inning. New pitcher on the mound here for the Hamilton Cardinals. Dallas, why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
Well, this is Wes Markle, a tall guy on the mound. Has a good arm. It'll be interesting to see how he fares as Zach Gonzalez could not finish off a lot of his hitters. It'll be important for Markle on the mound to get ahead in the count. Something Gonzalez couldn't do, but Boone is doing very well right now.
Certainly, and he gets that one low. Could have been called a strike, doesn't get the call, and falls behind 1-0 in the first batter he faces. We're in the bottom of the fourth here as Markle pitches here and falls behind 2-0 after 2 straight balls to start the at-bat here. That ball is swung on and hits the chopper to third base. It's going to be a tough play to make. He makes a strong throw over there to first base and gets the ever-speedy DeForest for the London Majors for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great play by Luke Tevlin there. Obviously a very tough one. On the run throw, well executed on a little squibbler from Jonathan DeForest.
Steve Froze will bat now.
Froze going up to the third baseman his first time up.
Takes first pitch there. As Dylan mentioned, ground out to the first baseman his first time up. Takes the first pitch strike that time. Doesn't go on that one. It's a ball that misses low, and the count moves to 1-1 now. Markle working here in the 4th inning for the Hamilton Cardinals. That's a fastball that will miss on the inside part of the plate. 2-1 now, 1 out. First out just occurred there. DeFort's ground out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Sent right back up the middle. Going to be a tough play to make. It'll get through. And it'll be a base hit here for Steve Froese. And the London Majors have a runner on with 1 out.
Good contact there from Steve Froese, bouncing it right back the way it came, past the pitcher, past the shortstop, past the second baseman. Nothing you can really do there. Solid hit by the Majors' second baseman.
Froese last year had a pretty high average over there in St. Thomas for the Cardinals, and look to try and continue that this year with the Majors there. His first hit of the season. Right back up the middle, right back where it came from, as Dylan mentioned, and now Doyle will try to get something going here. 1 out, and a runner on. Here's Markle pitching. Misses high, Doyle squared around. 1-0.
Small ball certainly being emphasized so far in this one. Doyle squared around. Pulled back on the ball.
Doyle bunts, and this one's right back to Markle. He's going to have to make a strong throw to get the speedy Doyle, and it's going to be high off the bag, and Doyle will be there safe. Froese will be safe at second base, and the Majors playing a little small ball. Works out for him. A bunt hit for Doyle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's something sack bunts can do for you. If you got a guy with speed like Robert Doyle, he can quite easily get to first base if he really turns on the jets, and he did it there. Now Thrapis has 2 guys on.
And back to the top of the order, as mentioned, for the London Majors. Phil Thrapis will bat here with 2 runners on and 1 out. He'll face Markle for the first time here. Here is the 0-0 to Phil Thrapis. It's going to be a fastball called for a strike, and Markle will get ahead.
Out of 4 batters that Markle has faced, he's gotten ahead on 3 of them with first pitch strikes.
Does the same here on the leadoff man, although that one misses, and the count now moves to 1-1. 1 out. Pair runners on base right now as Doyle stands on first, Froese stands on second, and Phil Thrapis will be the batter. Batting leadoff for the Majors today. 1-1 count. Here's the delivery from Wes Markle. Fastball, low, doesn't get the call. Count moves to 2-1.
No, I don't know about you, but I've been really impressed with the patience the Majors have showed at the plate today.
Certainly they showed lots of patience, not swinging at anything that isn't their pitch to hit. Well, that's for sure, as the count now 2-1. On Thrapis, they'll spin and make a throw over to second base. Pops up. Throws won't have anywhere to go as that pitch, or that ball went no more than 5 feet from the second baseman.
Final line for Zach Gonzalez: 3 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 3 strikeouts, and a walk.
Here is the situation. 2 balls, 1 strike. Couple runners on here. Markle's got to work there after the pickoff.
No, I'm good. I really could try to cut down. Yeah.
Here's the pitch, and it's going to be swung on. It's going to be a tough play to make. They're not going to be able to get any more than 1, as they will get 1 over there at first base, but Thrapis will move the runners up 90 feet at the bare minimum.
Yeah, very tough play for the defense there. A slow roller from Thrapis. Gets the guys over, which is good. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the big Ismael Pena.
And now Ismael Pena will try to score a couple runs here. He's got a pair of runners in scoring position here, a pair of outs as well. Had a base hit earlier in the ballgame, although this will be his first time facing Wes Markle on the mound. Takes that one for a strike to start things off. Here's the delivery after strike to Pena. That ball is high. Pena holds off after making a little bit of a move towards swinging at that one. Count moves to 1-1. Here's the delivery. Swung on the ground. It's going to be a tough play for Markle to make. Shovels it over to first base. They'll get the out. And the Majors are retired here in the bottom of the fourth. They won't pick up any runs, although a couple hits in the inning, and we'll move to the fifth inning here at Labatt. The Majors still leading 2-1.
Welcome back to London Majors Baseball on Majors TV. Dylan Baker and Noah Smith here with you. Owen Boone still on the mound, working in his fifth inning, as that will bring up Mike Cacchetto to the plate. Cacchetto, the designated hitter. He grounded out to Phil Thrappis his first time up. Boone works, and his first offering is a ball outside. Cacchetto takes away to start the AB. Boone has pitched 4 very strong innings. Pitch swung on and missed by Cacchetto. A huge swing over there. Count is now 1-1. On the Cardinals' designated hitter. That pitch will be a called strike on the outside corner. Boone, 3 pitches in to his fifth inning. And the 1-2 offering. Up and in. Ball 2. Count is now 2-2.
Thank you for taking over for the first little bit there, Dylan, as we work here in the fifth inning. Boone with a 2-2 count. Pitch swung on and missed. And a strikeout to start the fifth inning for Owen Boone here on the high pitch.
Yeah, and that pitch has been working all game long, and we've been mentioning it. Owen Boone is really executing on his fastball, whether it's up, whether it's away, whether it's in. His fastball has been on fire, and he's got great off-speed to go along with it.
Very good game for Boone so far. Working in his fifth inning here. Fifth strikeout as well as he works with 1 out. That pitch is an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1.
Brings up Lane Renault. He was the 3rd Cardinal strikeout victim.
Swung on and missed for strike 2. Boone working ahead now 0-2 after striking out the first batter of the inning. We'll try to do the same here after getting up 2-0, or 0-2, pardon me, on the hitter for Hamilton.
Blaine Renault, the left fielder, has had a quiet night defensively, and he struck out in his lone at-bat. Now down 0-2.
0-2 on Renault. Boone grabs his sign from the catcher Luis Sayo and delivers here on 0-2. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. And another strikeout for Owen Boone as he strikes out a pair of batters to start the inning here.
Another strikeout on yet another fastball. That fastball has been working for Boone, and if this is how he's going to pitch all year, the Majors certainly take that.
Certainly will. Now 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Boone pitching well, looking strong so far in his outing here to start the season. We'll have 2 quick outs here and we'll get set to work here. This ball fouled back up into the netting here at Labatt Park.
So many hitters that Owen Boone has gotten ahead of. First pitch strikes, and that's been a huge part of his success tonight.
Certainly has here as this one misses low and brings the count to 1-1 on the Cardinal hitter. Boone works and Boone delivers here. Off-speed pitch for a strike. He'll get another one. So now,
Yet again, another 2 strike inning.
and Boone working ahead in the count. He's done it all game long and really continues to do it here in the top of the 5th here. He's got a 1-2 count with a chance to strike out the side. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Boone. Swung on, fouled, and will go foul just in front of Luis Sayo there. We'll have to do it again here on 1-2.
Six punch outs on the day for Owen Boone. 2 of them have come courtesy of Blaine Renault, and 1 courtesy of the current hitter, Connor Peppers.
1-2 pitch is hit high in the air to left field. It's going to be a tough run for Doyle to get after it. He won't be able to get there, and that ball is going to be down. Landing himself at second base and in there with a 2-out double.
2-out double, great effort by Robert Doyle out in center field to chase after that ball. Doyle obviously a ton of speed, but that ball was hit into no man's land in that left center field gap. Neither DeForest or Doyle could get to it. Doyle dove, gave it his best effort, and got down. Great recovery, too, by Robert Doyle, getting up and firing that ball in, holding Patterson to just a double when it could have been more had he not been able to get up so quickly.
It looked like Doyle playing a little bit in as well and a little bit shading towards right field and had to go a long way to get that ball. Just a few feet shy of making another highlight reel catch for Doyle here. Nonetheless, Boone has to work with a runner on second base and in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's the delivery from Boone. It's going to be hit into the gap, and this one's going to score a run. Rounding first and on his way to second. He's going to stand up at second base. Back-to-back doubles here. Have a tie game for the Cardinals as they put something together with 2 outs in the 5th.
Well, with the way Owen Boone is working, no one would have really predicted that. 2 consecutive doubles with 2 outs. Tie this ball game up, and what a great ball game it has been so far.
Certainly has Boone worked in 2 strikeouts to start the inning, and it looked like he was going to get another one as well, but it was a double and then a second straight double as well. Has the tie game now for the Cardinals at 2 and still pressing with a runner in scoring position. That ball misses high.
Good job by the Majors outfield on getting that ball in quickly. Justin Gideon, a speedy runner. The leadoff hitter, the center fielder, could have easily turned that into a triple. So great job getting that ball in real quick.
Here is the 1-0 delivery. That ball misses as well.
Boone seems to be a little rattled after the 2 consecutive doubles. He's been pretty good at escaping jams so far in this one.
Certainly has 2-0 count here with 2 outs. There is the sign for Boone. He grabs it and comes set. Delivery on 2-0, off-speed pitch, catches the zone for a strike.
I love that call by Luis Seo behind the plate. Fastball wasn't working, goes with the off-speed, and it was a beautiful off-speed pitch right over the plate to get Boone back into the count. It's 2-1 now.
Boone works himself back in the count. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes to that off-speed pitch once more.
Working for him, why not?
Goes to the fastball, misses up high. Peels down to first base umpire, but they're going to say that he holds himself off. 3-1 now the count. Boone has to try and work himself back in here, get out of this inning.
Boone's got a lively fastball, can get wild at times, and unfortunately that's what we've seen against Chris Beer here.
3-1 count. Boone gets set and delivers here. Fastball misses high, and he'll walk the batter and put runners on first and second here with 2 outs.
Boone has struggled lately, or at least in this inning, getting guys out. Majors would love to see him go 6. Hopefully he can make it. If not, 5 is just as good with the great Majors bullpen that they have out there. It's not really a concern if the pitcher doesn't go more than 5-6 innings.
Grant Arnold now batting for Hamilton. He has a pair of runners on with 2 outs though. Hamilton's already pushed across a run in the inning. They'll look to try and push across possibly one more if they can, but Owen Boone's going to try and do his best to stop them there. He's working in his 5th inning here on opening day. Here's the delivery. Looks like he just misses the outside corner, doesn't get the call, and the count moves to 1-0.
Suddenly that spot has disappeared in the strike zone. He was calling it early, and he seems to have shifted over to the other corner the home plate umpire has.
Was calling that outside corner on left-handed batters earlier on in the game. Doesn't get the call here as he moves to 1-0. Here's the delivery on 1-0. Goes back to the off-speed pitch for a strike, and for the, I believe, 3rd time in the inning, we've seen Boone get behind in the count and then work himself back in to the count with an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, and that off-speed pitch has been really working for him, and good on Luis Seo, noticing that the fastball is not working right now, while it has periodically throughout the game, and going to that off-speed pitch, which has been a great pitch for him today.
Swung on and missed on the fastball up high. Seo throws behind the runner, and the runner will advance 90 feet to third base on the throw down to second base. So it was a high swing strike and then a throw down to second base and finds itself in the dirt and into center field. Runner advances 90 feet, but Boone has a 1-2 count here with 2 outs in the 5th. One and 2. 2 outs, 2 runners on here. Game is tied at 2. Here is the delivery from Owen Boone. Foul back and into the screen here. We'll have to do it again on 1 and 2.
That'll be an error charge to the shortstop, Phil Thrappis. Relatively good throw from Luis Seo. Thrappis couldn't hold on, and that's the risk you take when you throw behind the runner. Might not always get the out, and it can cost you at times.
Can cost you, and didn't cost them too much, just 90 feet on that play. They'll try to get out of it here. As Seo delivers the sign and set to deliver the pitch here will be Boone. Here it is. It's a fastball and called strike 3. They're going to get him looking to end the inning, straining a couple of runners on there. On the corners there. Boone works out of the 5th as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. This game is all tied up at 2 here at Labatt Park. We are back here at Labatt Park for the bottom of the 5th inning. Byron Reichstein will lead things off here for the London Majors as they get set to take their swings here in the bottom of the 5th.
Reichstein, a ground out and a strikeout in his 2 at-bats prior to this one.
He'll bat here again. This time he'll face off against the righty Wes Markle for the Hamilton Cardinals.
Markle has gotten ahead of hitters quite a bit in his hitting plus a batter. Strikes.
That ball just outside, and the count moves to 2-1 here on Reichstein. That ball hit on the ground to the first baseman. It's going to be a shuffle throw over to 1, and it'll be there for the first out of the inning.
Good play over there at first base. While it was routine, still a nice play.
So the first out of the inning for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 5th as they try to work their way through. Mike Ambrose will take his swings here for the Majors.
Ambrose has no at-bats, but he's got an RBI.
What can I help you with, man?
Here
I was wondering if you can announce
is the 1-0. Ball misses for 1-0 here. 1 out in the inning as Ambrose bats. That ball taken for a strike. Count moves to 1-1. That one hits Ambrose, and Ambrose will be hit for the second time. Something we see a lot from Mike Ambrose. Guy gets hit a lot, and he's on base again for a hit by pitch.
I guess so. And 3 plate appearances, not a single at bat. He walked his first time up, came in to score, got hit his last time up, the bases loaded, got an RBI out of the deal, and now is on with 1 out after the hit by pitch.
That one was with 1 out here, nobody on, and he'll stand at first base. Luis Sale will bat now for the Majors. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 1 now the count here. Markle working against Seo. Off-speed pitch is called.
Again, Markle has worked ahead of almost every batter he's faced. He's been very good at throwing strikes, and that's exactly what the Cardinals needed after Zach Gonzalez was unable to do that.
Swung on and miss. And down goes Luis Seo. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes for Merkel. Evan Britt now steps in. RBI double his first time up. Ambrose stands at first.
Same type of situation when Britt got that RBI double.
Ball outside for ball number 1. Ambrose did score from first when Britt had his RBI double. Ambrose stands out there now after getting hit for the second time tonight. Fastball, looked like he might have caught the edge. Misses outside for ball 2. Count moves to 2-0 now.
Evan Britt doing a good job laying off the borderline pitches, the close pitches. Every ball he's seen, he's laid off.
2-0 count for him now. Fastball taken for a strike there. Count moves now to 2-1 on Evan Britt. Now with 2 outs, Ambrose stands at first base. Merkel trying to work his way out of this small little jam he's got himself in here in the 5th inning. That one hit back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play to make. They're going to shovel it over. And Ambrose will be retired at second base. And the inning will be over. Majors can't pick up any runs, although Ambrose reaches on a hit by pitch. We move to to the 6th inning here at Labatt Park, all tied up at 2 between the Hamilton Cardinals and the London Majors. Welcome back to Majors TV here. We move to the 6th inning. Noah Smith here with Bill and Baker on Majors TV. John Zomba bats here for the Hamilton Cardinals, and Boone back out there again for the London Majors.
Yes, he's in his 6th inning of work. Got into a little bit of trouble last inning. Worked his way out of it, only allowing 1 run. And he will look to work through the 6th here unscathed.
That one popped up, and it's going to be the third baseman Mike Ambrose making the catch just inside the third base foul line there. First pitch, first out here in the 6th inning of work. A great start for him in the inning.
For sure, and it's good to see that after a rough inning last inning.
Called a rough inning, but he's in his 6th inning of work here with just 2 runs on the board here. Working against Connor Boyd here. The 0-0 delivery as he grabs his sign from Luis Seo. It's going to be an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Count moves to 1-0. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be an off-speed pitch. Boone's going to get the called strike. Count moves to 1-1.
Now, in the later innings of an outing for a pitcher, you tend to see the off-speed stuff fall off a little bit, but Owen Boone has stayed strong, even with his pitch count creeping up.
1-1 delivery from Boone. He's going to get the called strike low and in the inside corner. The count will move to 1-2 now.
Let's see what Boone goes to. Be a safe bet to go off-speed here, especially on a 1-2 count.
1-2 count here, 1 out here as Boone works. See what he goes to here on 1-2. Fastball inside part of the plate. Going to be popped up. It's going to go into the Bermuda Triangle area out there, and Phil Thrappas will be the one to go over the shortstop, ranging out into shallow center field to make the grab for the 2nd out of the inning.
2 pop-outs so far for Owen Boone. Brings up Luke Tevlin, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a fielder's choice to end the 4th inning.
So now 2 outs here as Boone works. Looking composed out there despite being in a 6th inning here on opening night. We do see a few majors standing down in the bullpen, and this one's grounded to shortstop. Rappas will come up with it, make the strong throw. He'll come off the bag, and they're going to say he comes off the bag again, even though it looked like he may have got his foot back. Brett's not too impressed with it, but that's the crew chief over there at first base, Bob Blake, making the call, saying that a break came off the bag again.
I don't know how hard you have to be touching the base for it to be considered that you were on the base, or how close you have to be to the base for it to be considered that you're on the base, because right now, anything that looks remotely like he might be a quarter inch off the base has been called. Has led to a runner being safe at first.
And I'm not sure in that situation if it's a matter of if he came off the base. He did come off the base, but it certainly looked like he got back in time. Nonetheless, there will be a runner at first base here with 2 outs in the inning. Boone working still here. 2 outs, he grabs his sign from Seo, sets up, doesn't get the call. It's going to be a fastball that misses low. Count moves to 1-0.
Mike Chiquetto, ground out to Thrappas at short, and a strikeout in 2 at-bats in this home opener.
The 1-0 delivery from Owen Boone on the mound for the Majors. It's an off-speed pitch. He's going to get the strike there. Boone once again going to the off-speed pitch. One behind in the count to get himself back in there. That one's a curveball across for a strike.
Boone is using the off-speed pitch in what are typically fastball counts. And it's been working for him so far, so why stop?
1-1 here.
It's not used. It's not.
2 outs as Boone works here to try and get himself out of the inning. That's a curveball swung on. Seo will come up with the block. He's not even going to bother with a throw down to second base, as it would have been late anyways, and now a 1-2 count for Boone here. A good block up by Seo, but would have been a tough throw to make.
Oh, for sure, a tough throw to make, and there's no real way that you get the guy at second there unless he's a very slow runner. But nonetheless, a great block by Luis Seo behind the plate, who has impressed defensively in this one.
It's Luis Seo behind the plate for the Majors coming up with the block. Now he'll give Owen Boone his sign on 1 and 2 here. Boone trying to work himself out of a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 delivery. It's going to be an off-speed pitch. Seo tries to block it, but it'll squirt away from him a bit there and moving up 90 feet again. And now a runner stands on third base. So Boone will have to try and work out of this here. It's still a 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Boone. Calm down a little bit on the mound. He's getting a little excited, and he's skipped a few in there. It's important, especially late in an outing, to stay focused on getting the batter and make sure you get those off-speed pitches in the zone.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here as Boone works and tries to get himself out of this jam. Delivery swung on and fouled back to the backstop. Count will remain at 2-2 here. And they'll have to redo that one again.
Maybe we'll see Boone finish off this 6th inning.
Here is the 2-2 delivery with 2 outs from Owen Boone. Lines delivers off-speed pitch and gonna miss just a tad low. Count will move to full.
Boone looking to finish his outing off strong with a strikeout here. Most likely the end of his outing after this 6th inning.
Number of strikeouts already in the ball game for Owen Boone. They'll call time here and step out and redo things. He started his windup there. Seo wants a little bit of an explanation on the late time call there.
Pivotal pitch coming up from Owen Boone, and hitter wanted more time. Boone was ready to go, and Seo not too happy about it. And obviously, as a catcher, you want your pitcher to be as comfortable as can be out there, and having to stop his windup in the middle of it is not exactly comfortable.
They'll do it here on a 3-2 delivery. Owen Boone just outside. It will miss, and there will be a full count walk with 2 outs here, and we'll place runners on the corners with 2 outs.
There is an arm warming in the Majors bullpen. If Boone does need the relief. Pitching coach Brent Wales heading out to hopefully calm Boone down and tell him something that'll be able to get him out of this 6th inning. He's been good so far. Nearing the end of his outing, his pitch count is creeping up, and Brent's out there to tell him, you know what, calm down, execute your pitches, and everything will work out well.
That's exactly what Brent Wales will do. Just try to calm down his pitcher out there on the mound. Knows he's just a good pitch away from getting out of this 6th inning with the game still tied at 2. And everybody knows that a bad pitch could simply turn things the other way around as well for this Hamilton Cardinals team, so he's got to be awful careful out there. Boone's been pitching well though tonight, though. He's been using that off-speed pitch, so I'd be a little bit surprised if he doesn't at least go to that a few times here in this at-bat.
Yeah, and you know what? That off-speed pitch has brought him a lot of success in the ball game, and if he's looking for a strikeout, the off-speed pitch would be a great way to go throughout this at-bat.
So 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Lane Renault at the plate, 2 strikeouts for him.
Here comes the delivery from Owen Boone. Not a big lead over there at first base. His pitch is going to miss low and outside for a ball. 1-0 count there. We've seen Boone go to 1-0 counts a few times and then go back to that curveball. We'll see if he does it again here, Dylan.
Yeah, and you don't want to get into too predictable of a pattern, and obviously that's where you got to use the fastball, but the off-speed pitch has been working for him. If you need a strike, that might be the way to go if you're Owen Boone right now.
Certainly doesn't want to get predictable, but we'll see what he goes with here on 1-0. It's going to be that fastball, and it's going to be hit down the line, although it's going to be slicing foul and out of play into the grandstand down the first baseline there. Boone will even up the count at 1-1.
Possibly sitting off speed there after Boone has done that in the past couple of hitters. Renault was late on that pitch and sent it out foul opposite field.
1-1 here. Boone working, evens himself back up here and goes on 1-1. Here is the 1-1 delivery, fouled off. It'll hit off the leg of Renault there. And the count will move to 1-2.
Interesting to see what Owen Boone comes with now, whether it's off speed, whether it's a fastball, to retire Renault and the side.
Renault's already struck out against Boone in this game. Here is the 2-out and 1-2 delivery from Owen Boone. Fastball inside, almost hits Renault. Count will move to 2-2.
Boone can't lose focus of just getting this guy out. That's all he needs to do. Pretend the runners aren't on base. Focus on getting Lane Renault to strike out, ground out, fly out, whatever you need to do to get out of this inning.
Here's the 2-2 delivery from Owen Boone to Lane Renault. It's an off-speed pitch sent flying out of play, and they'll have to do things once again here on 2-2. So a good battle up at the plate there by Lane Renault as he tries to at least extend this inning for his teammates and try to even push one across if he can. The man he's facing, Owen Boone, in his 6th inning of work, trying to get out of things in what will likely be his last inning of work here on opening night. Here's the 2-2 delivery. It's going to hit him. The fastball is going to come inside and hit Lane Renault on a 2-2 count, and he's going to haul his way down to first base here as Boone walks back to the mound here and have to do things with the bases loaded.
And that looks like it's going to be the end of the night for Owen Boone as Roop Chanderdat makes the slow walk out to the mound. He'll be accompanied by Louis Seo.
And so they're going to make the walk out there, and skip Roop Chanderdat will take the ball from the young right-hander Owen Boone. He will leave with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning and give way to the Montreal Quebec native Ismael Pena.
Pena, the DH, in prior at-bats. The The Majors now lose that DH spot for the rest of the game. Anyone that comes in after Ismael Pena will have to hit. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
So Ismael Pena will come in. We saw Ismael back in the exhibition doubleheader against Jetbox, pitched fairly well for the Majors, although they're going to use him in a relief role here and try to get themselves out of this bases loaded jam in the sixth.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Ismael fares in relief. He was a starter in the game against the Jetbox. It'll be interesting to see how he gets out of a bases loaded jam here.
So he'll have to come in with the bases loaded and 2 out. The big lefty, as mentioned, will have to face off against Connor Patterson for the Hamilton Cardinals. So we get set to go here once again in the sixth. Ismael Pena now in to pitch for the London Majors, facing off against Connor Patterson. The bases will be loaded. There will be 2 outs here in the top of the sixth inning as the big tall lefty gets ready to work.
Speaking of 31, Connor Patterson.
Here will be Patterson facing off against Pena.
2 at-bats against Owen Boone. Patterson has struck out and doubled.
That ball fouled off and will go out of play. Pena gets ahead with his strike to start things off. Oh, 1 here. And you got ahead with the foul ball there, and will now go to the off-speed pitch, although that one will be in the dirt. And we'll even the count at 1-1.
Pena in a tough spot. Could not have been thrown in. In a tougher spot, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Has to work out of the jam. Left for him by Owen Boone.
The 1-1 delivery from Pena. Swung on and missed by Patterson, and Pena now gets himself up to a 1-2 count and will try to get himself out of this jam that Owen Boone got himself into. Pena, of course, facing his first batter in Patterson.
Patterson clearly sitting fastball on that.
Here is the pitch fouled back.
We watched when they had to do like we watched his where he has to do like his
And a 1-2 count now. If that one was fouled back, we'll have to do things over again here.
Pena looks to work out of the jam.
The 1-2 delivery on the way from the lefty, Pena. Inside, he's going to get the called strike, a late call, but they're going to ring him up on strike 3. And Pena is going to get out of the jam from Owen Boone. They're going to strand the bases loaded, and they're going to head to the bottom of the sixth, still tied at 2 here from Labatt Park in London. Welcome back, Majors TV here from Labatt Park. Merkel working here in the bottom of the sixth inning for the Cardinals, and that ball is gonna miss outside
It's the first game of the year.
for the ball.
Jonathan Duforest at the plate.
That ball is gonna be in there for a strike.
Duforest in 2 prior at-bats, 2 groundouts.
Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. DeForest thought it came in either high or inside. Didn't like the call. Nonetheless, it will go as a strike here, and now he has to work with 2 strikes on the batter. Here's Merkel. Delivery is going to be in and hit him. And they're going to say he got hit by a pitch, and he's going to work his way down to first base here. A leadoff base runner here for the London Majors.
I think that's the 3rd batter hit by a Cardinals pitcher. 2 of those batters were Mike Ambrose.
See Froze batting now. He's got a runner on first base with nobody out here. Froze had a single earlier in the ball game. That ball in there for a strike.
Froze a single and a groundout.
Single ground out for Froze. Here he tries to work again as well. Pitch popped up, and it's going to be playable for the first baseman there, although a long run. He's going to make the grab. Froze will pop out to the first baseman, and the Majors will leave the runner at first base here, now 1 out in the inning.
Brings up Robert Doyle. He had a bunt single and a walk. That bunt single was supposed to be a sacrifice, but Doyle, with his wheels, beat it out.
Doyle batting again as well, like mentioned. Although, before that happens, there'll be a quick little meeting on the mound here for the Hamilton Cardinals. And, it looks like they're going to pull Merkel here from the game, even after getting the pop out there. And we're going to see a new pitcher here for the Hamilton Cardinals. So waiting to find out down there who is going to come in and do the pitching duties for the Hamilton Cardinals in this ball game. And it's going to be number 19 for Hamilton here in London. Pardon me, now pitching for the Hamilton Cardinals, Brantford, Ontario native. Played for the Brantford Red Sox, and now pitching for the Hamilton Cardinals here. He's the lefty, and will come on to face Robert Doyle here with 1 out. So Robert Doyle will step in to take his swings here in the bottom half of the sixth inning now. Doyle's getting some swings against the lefty now as they bring in a lefty to face the lefty here, as Gwindon will get ready to face Doyle, although he's got to deal with the runner on first base. Makes it a little bit easier being a lefty. And that one is going to be crossed for a strike to start things off here. 0-1 now on Doyle. Lefty move over to first base, nothing going over there.
Over first base is DeForest. He does have a little bit of speed. It'll be interesting to see if he runs.
So DeForest at first, Doyle at the mound of square around a bunt, and they'll say he did go around, and that will go down as strike 2. And now Doyle will find himself in an 0-2 count on 2 straight pitches. So here is Gwynden's delivery to Doyle on 0-2. Up high, it'll miss. Count will move to 1-2.
Gwynden on an over-the-top arm. Seems to be a little 3/4 to sidearm. Different look on the mound for the Cardinals, and it's tough for a lefty to face a lefty that throws like Gwynden.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals now throwing their 6-man and in a 2-2 game. Swung on miss on the way to second base, and beating the throw is DeForest, and they'll call time. Sliding into second base there with his stolen base, although on the stolen base, Doyle will go down swinging for the second out of the inning.
2 outs, and a risky move for the Majors paid off with DeForest getting to second. Might have been a hit and run. DeForest showed off his wheels there, obviously new to the Majors, and if he can steal some bags, he will be greatly appreciated in this London Majors lineup.
Certainly will, and that will turn things over here in the Majors lineup. The leadoff man, Phil Trappis, although with the stolen base, he'll now get to bat with a runner in scoring position here. He'll try to get that runner in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Facing the lefty, delivers, strike 1 called. Count moves to 0-1.
Trappis in 2 at-bats, 3 plate appearances, has 2 groundouts to the second baseman and a walk.
Trappis has reached base tonight. What you want to see out of your leadoff man. That ball misses outside, and the count will move to 1-1. So 1-1 count on Trappis. 2 outs here, though, in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Majors, as the lefty Gwynden for Hamilton will try to work his way out of this inning. Here is the 1-1 delivery. That one sliced out of play over the first base dugout, and the count will move to 1-2. The 1-2 delivery will be on its way from Gwynden shortly. We have a runner on second with 2 outs here. Still a 2-2 score here between the Majors and the Cardinals. Here is that 1-2 delivery. Swung on miss. Travis goes down swinging, and Gwynden will get himself out of the inning here, and we move to the 7th here at Labatt Park. Still tied. 2-2 here between the Majors and the Cardinals. Welcome back here to Labatt Memorial Park here, London Majors baseball here. A beautiful night, although a little bit chilly at Labatt Park. It's 2-2 as we head to the 7th inning here, and Ismael Pena goes into work here in the 7th.
The final line is in on Owen Boone. The Majors started tonight, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter.
Certainly a good night to start off the season for Majors right-hander Owen Boone, as Ismael Pena misses for ball number 1 to start the top half of the 7th inning here.
Boone works the leadoff hitter Gideon. Ton of speed.
That one misses as well. It is Justin Gideon leading things off here, the leadoff man in the order, facing off against Ismael Pena. 2-0 is the count as Ismael Pena finds himself behind, and another one that misses. Count moves to 3-0. So falling behind on the first 3 pitches of the inning is Pena. 3-0 count on the leadoff man Gideon, and that one misses inside as well. Gideon will take a 4-pitch walk to start things here in the 7th.
Gideon quite evidently had no thought of swinging at that pitch, as he took the largest leg kick I've ever seen.
And on a 3-0 pitch, probably didn't want to swing anyways and just took that one and came up and in. He'll be on first base, and like you mentioned, Dylan, some speed over there at first base, something you need to watch for, but a lefty on the mound as well, so you got to watch for the lefty move.
It's good with Ismael Pena there. Keeps the runner tight, or at least you hope it does.
All right, very big lead there as that ball misses inside. 5 straight for Pena to start the top of the 7th there. The walk is standing on first base in Justin Gideon. And Chris Beer bats here in the 7th inning. Pena comes at him. That one misses outside, and Pena's struggling to find the strike zone here in the top of the 7th. Two-0 count. Pena is working, and that one is on the inside part of the plate. He gets the called strike, though. Count moves to 2-1 here.
First strike Ismael has thrown all inning. He will look to continue the trend of strikes throughout the 7th.
He had 6 straight balls to start the inning and finally gets one across here. 2-1 count with Gideon standing on first base. Throw over. He's back standing up. And Pena will look to grab his sign from Luis Seo and try to get things going. That one fouled off back and over top the grandstand here at Labatt Park. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes as Pena works himself back into the count.
Hamilton has great 2 and 3 hitters in Chris Beer and Grant Arnold. Both can hit for high average and both drive in a lot of runs, so it's important that you get one of these 2 guys at least here.
2 balls, 2 strike count for Pena as he's working. Gideon shuffle steps over at 1. He'll get the throw over, although back standing up very slow. Not really a pick move, trying to get someone out, just trying to maybe get him back and shorten up that lead a little bit. Here's the 2-2 delivery, though, from Ismael Pena. Swung on and missed and struck him out. So after throwing 6 straight balls to start the inning, Ismael Pena battles back and gets a strikeout here for the first out of the 7th.
Good to see Ismael battle back there. I mean, 6 straight balls, never something you want to have to start an inning. But did really well in getting back into that at-bat, and he ended up striking out one of the better hitters on this Hamilton team.
Certainly a good job at battling back there, and he's going to have to keep battling here, though, as he has to go through really the heart of the order here for Hamilton with a runner on first base and a speedy one in that. Here he is against Grant Arnold as he squares around. Seo's going to make the grab, and it's going to be a bunt popped up for the out, the second out of the inning there, and a little bit of a break there for Pena, and Seo making a great catch there for the second out.
Yeah, great heads-up baseball by Louis Sale, popping out of the crouch really quickly to catch that pop-up. And it's a tough pitch to bunt, a pitch that's up and in like that. And it ended up being popped up, so great execution by Ismael Pena. Not sure if he knew a bunt was coming, but that's a great pitch to throw when you do know a bunt is on the way.
Yeah, certainly hard to tell if he knew the bunt was coming, but a good pitch and a good pitch location for one that was bunting here for the second out here, and Pena 2 quick outs after the leadoff walk that's still standing out there at first base.
Lefty on lefty matchup here as John Zambia steps in to face Ismael Pena, and obviously usually the advantage is pitcher, but there are quite a few lefties now that can hit southpaws very well.
It was always known that lefties struggle hitting lefties, but like you mentioned, nowadays it's starting to become a little more common to see the lefties being okay against the southpaw pitcher on the mound there. Count moves to 0-2 though, however, is Pena now working ahead after struggling with a 4-pitch walk on the first batter and then falling behind 2 on the second batter. Has been very good since then, getting a strikeout and then a pop-up bunt. Gideon runs and it's going to hit Zamba over there, and just as I was spoke too soon, it's a hit by pitch, and down there at first base is Zamba. Gideon moves over to second. Still 2 outs here though in the top half of the 7th inning.
Tough to see there for Ismael Pena. He was working back into the strike zone and ended up hitting a batter. All good though. He's still got 2 outs. Just has 2 guys on now, and he'll look to strike out or get Connor Bowie out, who has reached on an error, hit into a fielder's choice, and popped out to the shortstop.
Zomba's still over there. Hasn't really made his way over to first base yet after getting hit. It looked like it might have hit him either on the elbow or the forearm. And he's taking his time over there, that's for sure. But he's on first base now and getting ready to run here. Runners on first and second. 2 outs as Pena works in the 7th inning and trying to get himself out of the inning and get the Majors back on the bats here in the 7th.
And they need to get back on those bats. They haven't scored since the 3rd inning, and it's a 2-2 ball game.
Here is the delivery from Pena. Looked like it was right there. Whoever doesn't get the call on the outside part of the plate.
When you say snow, was that would have been quite hard, right?
1-0 now the count.
I remember doing a game in the snow.
Here is the 1-0 delivery. Fastball misses low. Count moves to 2-0.
Ismael's really got to focus on the batter here. The runners are dancing at both bases, but he's got to focus on that strike zone and focus on retiring Connor Bowie, because he's the only guy that matters right now. The 2 runners, they don't matter. You've got to get the out to get out of the inning.
Certainly do here, and with the count 2-0, kind of have to throw a strike here if you're Pena. And that one looked like it was right there. Whoever doesn't get the call on the outside part of the plate, possibly getting squeezed a little bit here in the later innings, but count moves to 3-0 either way.
Yeah, and if you're Ismael, you kind of have to forget about those borderline calls. Obviously, they haven't been going his way so far.
Here's the pitch, and another one that looked like it caught the zone, but either way, it misses, and Pena on the mound out there really wanted those ones to be called a strike. He doesn't get the call, and now the bases will be loaded here with 2 outs.
Obviously, Pena has had pitches where they haven't been great, but he's not getting any calls on the corners at the moment, so no favors for Ismael Pena.
Luke Tevlin is going to be the batter here with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the 7th.
Okay. Well, because I can do all of that, right? Yeah. So.
Here is the delivery, first batter, and that one misses. It's going to say that he misses high.
Not sure where these pitches are missing, but they are missing. And Ismael is down 1-0.
Certainly looks like pitches that were being called strikes earlier in the game. Not getting the same calls now. As Pena misses again, 2-0 is the count now.
I like it.
2-0 the count now as they try to work their way in here.
Like say
Pena working now.
But as long as you get
That one in there for a strike. Pena finally gets the call on the inside part of the plate. Count moves to 2-1.
Should have gotten the call on the last batter, if you ask me. But nothing you can do about it. Pena's got to work out of a jam now. And he's on the right track, getting a strike in there.
2-1 to count here is Ismael Pena works in the 7th inning. Here's the delivery on 2-1. That one popped up. Possibly some room down there, but it looks like that one's going to get out of play about halfway up the grandstand down the first baseline there, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ismael's got to focus. Strike. Ismael's got to focus on throwing a strike here to retire the side. All he needs is 1 out. All he needs is 1 strike. 1 well-executed pitch that is untouchable for Luke Tevlin at the plate, and Majors are out of it and they can go back to the sticks.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here as the Majors and Ismael Pena look to try and get themselves out of this inning. Here it is. The 2-2 pitch from Pena. Inside, and looked like he might have caught the corner, but he doesn't get the call, and the count will move to full.
Restlessness amongst the fans right now, and I don't blame them. The strike zone has gotten quite a bit smaller than what it was at the beginning of the ball game. If you're Ismael Pena, though, you cannot let that get to you.
Here is the 3-2. In the dirt, it's going to be a bases-loaded walk that will score a run here, and the Cardinals will go out in front 3-2.
Tough one there for Ismael Pena. Threw a lot of good pitches, some of them quite possibly strikes. Did not get any calls, and it's got to be frustrating for him.
Certainly was frustrating. A couple close calls there. Thought could have gone either way, and it will result in a bases-loaded walk, and a run scored for Hamilton.
Brent Wales going out to the mound, talk to Ismael Pena, most likely just to calm him down. There's nothing you can really say to Ismael. He's executing his pitches. He's just not getting the calls. If there's anyone Brent's got to talk to, it's the umpire, but you can't exactly do that without being ejected. So Ismael Pena has got to focus on getting clear strikes, I guess, in the strike zone, because right now the borderline pitches are not being called.
For more information, visit LondonMajors.com.
Pena will stay in the game after a visit from the pitching coach, Brent Wales. It'll be a fresh batter here after walking the bases loaded. A run scored. And now they'll have to try and get themselves out of the inning and get back on the bats in the 7th.
I don't think Sunday. I don't think I'm going to be here.
Here is the empty count delivery from Pena on the outside part of the plate there, and he's really seems to be getting squeezed right now. He's not getting any calls on the outside part of the plate that they were getting earlier in the game.
Yeah, the strike zone has shrunk quite a bit, it seems. The borderline pitches are not being called. It has to be clear, cut down the middle for it to be a strike right now.
That pitch misses as well, and Pena falls behind 2-0. Two and 0 now. 2 outs.
If you're Ismael Pena right now, you cannot let the frustration get to you. Obviously, it's frustrating to have an umpire squeezing you in the strike zone, but Ismael's got to calm down and just throw some strikes.
That one is looked to be in the zone as well. Doesn't get the call. Count moves to 3-0, and he's in danger of walking another run in. Rangers do have some action down in the bullpen. That one is across for a strike, however, and the count will move to 3-1.
Sean Tidman, I believe, warming up in the Majors bullpen. High Sox pinstripes, the number 19.
A ball hit in the air. It's going to find itself out of play down the first baseline, and after falling behind 3-0, Pena works himself back to a full count, but the work is not done here. He needs to try and get himself out of this inning.
Umpire not doing him any favors. He's got to work out of the jam on his own here. With 2 outs, it's a full count. Runners will be off on the pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be in motion as soon as Pena is on his way to the plate. There it is, fouled back, and we'll have to do things all over again here on 3-2.
Luiseo, good decision to go out and talk to Ismael Pena on the mound just briefly while he gets him a new ball. And calm him down a little bit. Clarify what's going to happen on this next pitch, how they're going to execute it, to hopefully get the London Majors out of this inning and back on the sticks.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full again, so the runners will be in motion. Here's the delivery from Pena. Swung on, missed. He strikes him out, gets out of the jam. Only 1 run comes in to score, and the Majors will escape a little bit, but they'll have some work to do in the bottom of the 7th here to try and get themselves back to a tie ball game. The Hamilton Cardinals lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th, and we head to the 7th inning stretch.
Over the offseason, we watched a ability that fans Tim Bell, his favorite song was that YMCA. So much gusto, so much enthusiasm for our 7th inning stretch today. It seems rather thin.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here, fork of the Tama River, as the now pitcher Ismael Pena will get ready to swing here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
As we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, anyone who comes in to pitch for Ismael Pena will take that 2nd spot in the batting order.
And now a 1-0 count on Pena. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Here it is. Pena drives that one in the air to center field. Hovering underneath it is the center fielder for Hamilton. He'll make the grab, and it'll be the first out of the inning. Although good contact from Ismael Pena.
Brings up Byron Reichstein now. Majors right fielder. 3 at-bats. Got a ground out to the second baseman, a strikeout, and a ground out to first.
Byron Reichstein now batting. As mentioned by Dylan, is now having a great start to the year, although he's got to face a lefty now. The off-speed pitch cross for a strike to start him off. Here is the 0-1 now. That one misses. And the count moves to 1-1. We're on the bottom of the 7th inning. As mentioned, the Hamilton Cardinals lead 3-2 after scoring a run in the top half of the 7th. Pena now batting for the London Majors here. Or Byron, pardon me. Pena lined out to start the inning. That ball misses outside, now moves to 2-1.
Byron's been patient all game long, working the count. He has had nothing to show for it, however.
2-1 now on Byron. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Count moves to 2-2. Two count, 1 out here. As Byron bats here, and he'll take a called strike 3. He doesn't like the location of it, but it'll go down as the second out of the inning here, and the backwards looking K there will bring up Mike Ambrose.
The argument the Majors pitcher would be making is, where was that call when he was throwing? Ismael Pena would have loved to have that pitch called a strike. When he was on the bump, did not get it. Unfortunately, that's what struck out Byron right side.
So Ambrose will bat. 2 outs, he'll bat with nobody on. Facing off against the lefty here. That one's across for a strike to start off against Ambrose. Oh and 1 now the count on Ambrose. 2 outs as he takes that one outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-1.
Mike Ambrose still hasn't had an at-bat in 3 plate appearances.
Hit by pitch twice and a walk. That one just cuts around the outside part of the plate, and the count moves to 2-1 here on Ambrose. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and as mentioned, Mike Ambrose is the batter here. It is a 3-2 ball game for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch, and that one is swung on and hit to left field. It's going to be over the head of the left fielder, and Ambrose is going to round first and head his way over to second base. Standing up at second base is Ambrose, and he'll have a 2-out double here in the bottom of the 7th.
Mike Ambrose sat on that off-speed pitch and ripped it to left field. Not a chance that the left fielder, Lane Renault, could make that play. That ball was ripped to left field.
Renault made a turn and just started running towards the outfield fence there and tried to run things down. Although that one took about 1 hop and then hit off the signage out there in left field. And with 2 outs, Ambrose has himself a base hit for the first time in the ballgame after getting on base. Been on base 4 times in the ballgame, though, he has.
And he is a perfect 1-for-1 here in the 7th inning.
Here is the delivery from the lefty. That one is swung on. It's going to go into left field, although right at the right fielder. Line out to end the inning. And Sayona makes good contact. However, nothing will come of it. We will head to the 8th inning. The score is 3-2 for the Hamilton Cardinals here at Labatt Park.
If you're interested in information on your London Majors, check out LondonMajors.com. LondonMajors.com. Looking for some major swag? Looking for hats, t-shirts, baseballs, official Majors jerseys? Check out Majors Store.
We are back here on Majors TV, London Majors Baseball here. Top of the 8th inning here as Lane Renault gets set to bat for the Hamilton Cardinals here. Ismael Pena back on the mound for the Majors. He's working in another inning here, the 8th inning. Came in the back end of the 6th inning and then pitched through the 7th inning as well. Now working in the 8th inning.
7th inning was a bit rough for Ismael. Giving up a run, walking 4.
Struggling with his command a little bit back in that 7th inning after getting the final out of the 6th. Trying to look and change things a little bit here in the 8th inning, work ahead if he can.
For sure. He's been making good pitches, he just hasn't been getting the calls.
That one is fouled off to the back here, and the count will move to 1-1 here on Lane Renault. A 1-1 here as Pena gets set to deliver. That ball's inside, and the count will move to 2-1 now. Two-one count, nobody out here. It's Pena's first batter of the inning, Lane Renault.
Lane Renault on the day has been hit by a pitch and struck out twice.
Swings and misses through that one here and moves the count to 2 strikes. Evens the count up, and Pena working a little bit more ahead in this inning than he was in the last. A little bit more efficient for him as well. Here is the 2-2 delivery from Pena. It's going to be hit right back up the middle. Coming across and making a nice play is Froze, but the throw will not be there in time as Renault was too fast down the line. And it will be a leadoff base runner here for the Hamilton Cardinals.
Well executed pitch there by Ismael Pena. Great effort by Steve Froze over at second base. No real shot as that ball was pretty much directly up the middle.
Connor Patterson now batting for Hamilton. He'll bat with Renault on first base and nobody out here in the top half of the 8th inning here at Labatt Park as we work our way through the evening here.
Out in the Majors bullpen, there are pitchers standing around, looking to be ready.
That one's popped up. Pena will grab the bunt and won't have a play at first base, but that is the second time we've seen now a Hamilton Cardinals player go for the bunt and pop it right up to either the pitcher or the catcher. And, a good play there by Pena.
Great play there by Pena. Great awareness on defense because you're not just throwing the ball in, you got to play defense too, and you can see the frustration on the third base coach for Hamilton. Obviously, you want to execute that bunt, and you don't want to give away free outs if it's not going to move any runners over. And they haven't been able to move any runners over in this ball game. So high fastballs are not great pitches to bunt on. Today's lesson.
Certainly not. And now 1 out in the inning here. Pena will take a step off and get ready to go again here with Renault still standing over there at first base. It'll now be back up to the top order for the Hamilton Cardinals. That one misses outside on Gideon.
Gideon, ton of speed. Strikeout, a single, a double, and a walk. Second time he's faced Ismael Pena.
Second time facing Pena. Here's the pitch. On the ground to first base. It's going to be blocked up by the first baseman, Evan Britt over there. He'll step on first base, make the second out of the inning, although advancing over there to second base is Lane Renault, and he'll be in scoring position, albeit with 2 outs here for the Cardinals.
Nothing you can really do there if you're Evan Britt. No chance you're going to turn 2 on that or a hard hit ball over to first base. All Britt could do to get the out was block it, so you're not going to turn 2 on that. Now you got 2 outs and you got Chris Beer. A lot easier to face him with 2 outs than with 1.
Certainly is, and they'll have to face the kind of the middle of the order here if they can't try to figure something out. That's exactly what they'll do. Is Luis Sale will go out and talk to his pitcher. It's something we've seen Luis do a number of times throughout the game here. Of course, it's early in the season, trying to get to know the pitchers, but going out there and just making sure they know what the game plan is, what the signs are before they start at bat.
Yeah, it's a great thing to see from your catcher. Obviously, he enjoys being involved, and he's been doing a great job so far calling the game. Oh,
0-0 is the count here with 2 out as Pena looks to get out of the 8th inning here. That ball's in the dirt, blocked up by Sayo, but he won't have a play over there. Renault had a good jump at second and is in sliding at third base. He needs a little breather down there at home plate after blocking that one up. 1-0 now the count.
The wild pitch there. Louis needed some time.
The 1-0 delivery, on the way from Pena. Get on the ground to shortstop Trappist. It will take an awful hop on him, and he won't have a play over there at first. A run will come in to score, and the Cardinals will put up their 4th run of the game and take a 4-2 lead in this one.
Tough play there for Phil Trappist. Took a wicked hop on him after the lip of the grass, and tough to handle. Couldn't get the out, and now the Cardinals have a 2-run lead.
He came across and took a hop off the grass a few times behind the pitcher's mound, and then took one final hop just off to the right. And it was too much for Phil Trappist to come up with that ball, and it will go down as a hit and an RBI as Renault scores from third. At 90 feet on that ball in the dirt where Renault advanced to third base from second, comes back to haunt the majors a little bit as they pick up a run here. Now leading 4-2 as Payne tries to get out of this. That ball is crushed in the air to right field, hitting down the line, and they're going to call it a foul ball as it takes about a hop on the dirt about 325 feet down the line. Just out of view of our camera here up at the press box, but that ball was hit about probably 320 feet down the right field line and landed about 2 feet to the right of the chalk out there.
Grant Arnold certainly got all of that and doesn't look like he agrees with the call. So he's taking his time to get back to the plate. Obviously wants to catch his breath too.
That is the crew chief and first base umpire, Bob Blake, out there. He was down there and made his way down the line to make the call out there. So certainly in a good position to make the call. Count moves to 0-2 now with 2 outs as Pena tries to get himself out of this inning.
Arnold taking his time getting in the box, frustrating Ismail over on the mound a little bit. He takes a walk around, calms himself, and gets ready to fire.
0-2 delivery from Pena on the way here. In the dirt a little bit and a ball. Count will move to 1-2. So the count moves to 1-2 here. 2 outs as Ismail Pena works here and tries to get himself out of the inning. That ball is low for a ball here. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ismail can't afford to lose a good hitter like Grant Arnold with the cleanup hitter on deck in a pivotal spot in this ball game with the Cardinals already up 2.
Certainly is a pivotal spot in this ball game for Pena to try and get themselves out of here. Hamilton, of course, up 2 right now, 4-2, as that ball is up high. And after being up 0-2, 3 straight balls finds him back down at 3-2 now, and with 2 outs here, the runner at first base will be in motion.
Crucial for Ismail not to worry about that runner at first base, but execute his pitch as time called by Grant Arnold, the batter. Enormous pitch coming up.
Certainly is, and the 3-2 pitch here from Ismail Pena. No, he'll go over to first base and make a quick little pick over to 1, although nothing going.
Not a bad idea from Ismail Pena with the runner already obviously on the move and a full count. But right now, Ismail should focus on getting this batter out.
That batter's Grant Arnold, and the 3-2 pitch from Pena to him is going to be crushed into the bullpen there, and they'll have to do things again here on 3-2. Two outs here. Grant Arnold is the batter, and standing on first base, Chris Beer for Hamilton. They lead 4-2. Pena, the pitcher for London, as he tries to get out of this 8th inning, really, without giving up any more runs. 3-2 is the count here. And it looks like after an extended little wait there, we're ready to get going here. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and he's going to walk Grant Arnold.
So now you got guys at first and second, and you've got the cleanup man at the plate. A huge, huge spot for the London Majors, for Ismael Pena. And he's really got to retire John Zamba.
Certainly needs to, and we're going to get another visit here for Ismael Pena out on the mound there. After walking a 2-out bases loaded walk here, there is some action down there in the London Majors bullpen again.
Looks like Sean Hood-Tidman getting warm once again. He was loosening up last inning, sat down for a little bit, back up and throwing him once more. Brent Wales out there talking to Ismael Pena, possibly to calm him down and get him to focus on the hitter. Also could be buying time for Hood-Tidman's warm-up down the left field line in the pen.
A little bit of an extended talk out there on the mound. Chris Wellman, the home plate umpire, comes out to break that one up and try to get things going here in the 8th inning here at Labatt Park. Pena will get set to face John Zomba here with 2 outs and a pair of runners on base. Here's the pitch. That one catches the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Huge at bat here. It's a lefty on lefty matchup, so you'd expect it favors Ismael Pena. Zamba last time against Pena popped out to, got hit by a pitch. He's the cleanup hitter. He's got 2 guys on, 1 in scoring position.
Here's the pitch. That one is going to be cued off the end of his bat towards the third base coach there for Hamilton. Count now moves to 0-2 here for Pena. He had 0-2 count on Arnold as well before he walked him. Try to do exactly not that here against Zomba as he has an 0-2 count here. Top half of the 8th inning here at Labatt Park. Here is the 0-2 delivery. Fouled off, and we'll have to do things again on 0-2.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cleanup hitter at the plate. Ismael Pena has to make a good pitch here. He's way up in the count. Doesn't have to worry about the guys that are on base. Just got to throw a strike.
0-2 delivery from Pena, just misses on the outside part of the plate there. As he blows into his hand after that one. Chilly down there on field level. Chilly up here in the press box as well here. We're in the 8th inning of a 4-2 game.
The Environment Canada weather forecast for this one is cold.
Here's the pitch. That one misses high, doesn't get the call. And it moves to now a 2-2 count.
Everyone in the ballpark is realizing that these pitches look like strikes from their angles, could probably be strikes any other day, and he's just not getting calls right now. But if you're Ismael Pena out there on the mound, you can't let that get to you. You still have to execute your pitches.
Here is the 2-2 pitch from Pena. That one's sent back up the middle. It's going to get past diving Trappist. A run's going to come in to score. And on his way to third base for the Hamilton Cardinals is going to be Grant Arnold. Zomba comes through with an RBI single. And Hamilton puts up another run here in the 8th inning.
Hard hit ball right back up the middle. And Ismael Pena's frustrated. Luis Seo was clearly frustrated as well behind the plate after that one got through. And Phil Therapis cleans himself off, and Roop Chanadat coming to make a pitching change.
And it will be a pitching change here as Pena's struggled here in the 8th inning as well. He struggled in the 7th a little bit too, and they'll have to try and get out of this inning with another pitcher here for the Majors, and we'll bring you that pitching change as soon as we can. I believe it's going to be Sean Hood Tidman coming in for the Majors. We are back here at Labatt Park as we have a pitching change for the Majors. Sean Hood Tidman coming in to pitch for the Majors and try to get them out of this 8th inning. He'll come in to try and get the Majors out of this thing. Runner's off, and that one is hit in the air to left field, and it's going to get past, or at least to the left fielder. A good relay throw, and they're going to have a shot at the runner at home here. Seo lays the tag on, and it is safe as it beats him. But the tag is not there. They're going to have to try and run the runner down. They'll get out of the inning, but runs will come across the score here.
Okay, so how many runs did you bring in?
And the Hamilton Cardinals will tack on a few more runs and take a 7-2 lead here into the bottom of the 8th.
Time to pick the lucky ticket. Well, I guess actually, well, we got to think that here. lucky ticket. Lucky for one person, not lucky for everybody. 398-132. 398-132. The number once again, 398-132. If you have that winning ticket, ticket to the team store is electric prize. Happy birthday, man. 19. Once again, if you have that lucky ticket, head over to the team store to collect your prize minus the 10% fee to the public ticket.
And we are back here for the bottom of the 8th inning here.
41, Evan Brett.
Evan Britt comes in to bat here. He'll take his swings in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Hamilton Cardinals have gone out in front a little bit here. They picked up 4 runs in that last inning, the top of the 8th. They now lead 7-2 here. Britt pops up to the first baseman. That ball is going to be caught just inside the foul line, and 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 8th here for the majors as Britt pops out, and we have 1 out. So Britt pops out, 1 out here, and that will bring up to the plate here Jonathan DeForest for the London Majors.
Jonathan DeForest.
DeForest will try to get things going here. 1 out. They need to really get some runners on base here and get them in here in the late inning if they want to have a shot at winning this thing here. We're in the bottom of the 8th now as that one's across for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Just outside, misses for ball 1. Count moves to 1-1. One count here. Delivery, and that one is popped up. It's going to get out of play though, over top of the first base side grandstand here, and the count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes here with 1 out. DeForest at the plate here.
Late innings, majors are down by 5. They're still being patient at the plate though. Good to see.
Certainly is. Here's the 1-2 pitch on DeForest on the outside part of the plate there. Just misses outside, and the count will move to 2 balls, 2 strikes here. And 1 out in the inning. That one right back up the middle where it came from. Past the diving shortstop and in there for a base hit. DeForest gets a base hit, and the Majors have a runner on base with 1 out.
Great job by Jonathan DeForest there, taking that ball right back up the middle, pretty hard too. A nice base hit, nice solid base hit. That'll bring up Steve Froese.
Froese had a base hit earlier in the ball game as well. We'll bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a runner on first base. Here is the 0-0 delivery. That one is a cross for a strike there. Gets in front of it. 0-1. 0-1 delivery about to be on the way here against Steve Froese. He, as mentioned, had a base hit earlier in the ball game. Delivery to him is going to be sent right back up the middle and off the pitcher. And they're not going to get anyone here as that ball went off his glove and kind of settled halfway between the mound and second base out there. And the Majors have a pair of runners on base here with one out.
Definitely don't do anything with there. Obviously, Gideon waving off the trainer, a line drive right back up the chute. And you can't really do much on that ball unless the pitcher somehow recovers quickly or the shortstop sprints in. A solid base hit. If you want to find an example of a solid hit, that's one right there. And now they're first and second with one out for Robert Doyle.
So Doyle bats here with one out and a pair of runners on base here. Try to get something going here. Doyle's spread around a bunt a few times already in the ball game. We'll see if he might try some small ball here in the bottom of the 8th inning, although they need a few, more than just a few runs out there, so he might be trying to swing and maybe find a gap out there, although Doyle not necessarily known for his power bat. Here's the pitch to him, across there for strike one to get things started against Doyle.
Yeah, obviously Doyle's not known for power, but if he does get a ball into the gap, he could easily make it a triple with his speed.
Certainly could. Here's the 0-1 delivery. On its way, and Doyle swings and pops that one up. Might have room over by the third base dugout as he overruns it again, and we've seen him do that a number of times so far in the game. That's the third baseman, Luke Tevlin, over there, who's having a little bit of trouble with those pop flies over near the third base side. That was just out of your view here on the camera there.
It's a couple now that he's missed. That one he fell on the warning track. You were unable to see it on your screens, but he fell near the Majors dugout. Maybe something in the dirt he tripped, but he's overrun 2 pop-ups in foul ground now.
So we'll have to do things here on 0-2 now against Doyle. Get the second chance as he fights this one off, fouls it back into the screen here at Labatt. Count will remain at 0-2 with one out and a pair of runners on base. Doyle is getting a second chance here after the pop-up miss. 0-2 is the count on him. We're in the late innings here at Labatt Park, 8th inning here. Cardinals lead 7-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch on Doyle. Misses outside for the first ball to count. London's only 2 runs of the game came back in the second and third innings of this ball game. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That one is popped up in the center field into kind of the Bermuda Triangle out there, and it will go as a catch for the second out of the inning. Doyle pops up to the shortstop. 2
runs in the ball game have come courtesy of Mike Ambrose getting hit by a pitch and Evan Britt an RBI double. 2 runs have been scored by Mike Ambrose and Robert Doyle.
So the top of the order here for the London Majors, Phil Trappist, will try to get one of those runs in off the bases if he can. Here is the delivery, and going to be in there for strike number 1 to get things underway against the leadoff man.
Trappist 0 for 3 with a walk tonight.
Tough opening night for him so far, 0 for 3, but a base hit here could change that. Here's the 0-1 delivery on its way to Phil Trappist from the mound. That one hit high in the air to the left fielder, and he's going to hover underneath it, make the catch, and we will head to the 9th here at Labatt. Majors got some work to do when they get their chance at that, but first off, to try and shut down this Hamilton Cardinals team. They lead 7-2. And, of course, a few birthday announcements to announce here, even though we are working our way towards midnight here. It's 11:07. A few birthday announcements. Our very own Scott Dart, co-owner. A birthday to him. And as well, we have Gavin, who is there for his 11th birthday. If you would like to have a birthday announcement, of course, you can get involved with us on our Facebook live stream as well. So make sure you check in there as well. Or you can contact us at matt@londonmajors.com for any birthday shoutouts or anything you see with our live stream you would like to help out. Comments, suggestions, anything on the broadcast today, feel free to let us know. And a pitching change on the mound there for the London Majors as they're going to switch things up again here. It's going to be another righty again here for the Majors.
This one is John Fitzsimmons, a tall righty who has a power arm. 92 is what he's reached on the gun so far this year, and it'll be interesting to see how the breaking stuff works. Right now, the Majors hope to have Fitzsimmons in a late relief role. Obviously, not exactly the score you would hope to use Fitzsimmons in, but with an arm like that, you want him to be closing out ball games or keeping them tight.
Certainly is, and normally you'd like to see him come in maybe in a save situation here, but he'll come in and get some work on opening day with the Majors down 5 here in the 9th. That one's on the outside part of the plate, misses for ball 1. As we work our way through here in the 9th inning on the bat park. 7-2, the Cardinals lead here. They picked up runs in the 2nd inning as well as back in the 5th inning, and then another run in the 6th, and 4 runs coming across, in the 8th inning. That one's across for a strike for Fitzsimmons. Count moves to 1-1. Fouled off for strike 2. Count moves to 1-2.
John Fitzsimmons is the name you're going to be hearing a lot this year. If the Majors are in the lead, he is a shutdown reliever. Works very well late in ball games.
That one outside the last for a look down at the crew chief down there at first base. Nothing going there. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Fitzsimmons works here in the 9th inning. Here's his 2-2 delivery. Low and outside. Count moves to full here.
I don't think we've seen an off-speed pitch from Fitzsimmons yet. Be interesting to see the movement on that pitch and how hitters react to it after seeing the hard fastballs.
There's a fastball on the inside corner. Gets to call it strike 3. And Fitzsimmons sits down the first batter he faces on strikes. 1 out in the inning here.
You know what? 6 fastballs there. Getting the count to full and then striking out Luke Tevlin. But Fitzsimmons has an overpowering fastball, so it worked for him there. Be interesting to see how he uses the off-speed and what the off-speed looks like for the rest of this outing.
Mike Cacchetto here, batting with 1 out in the 9th for the Hamilton Cardinals. He'll face it off against Fitzsimmons, pardon me. Fitzsimmons just struck out Tevlin, so Cacchetto will try to get something going here for the Cardinals. They do lead by 5 here in the 9th.
Cacchetto overthrew the walk today, 2 strikeouts.
Swung on a miss, big swing by Cacchetto. Count moves to 1-1 now. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike here as Fitzsimmons works with Luis Seo. That ball misses high. Count moves now to 2-1. Two-one delivery from Fitzsimmons. On popped up out of play over the first base grandstand, and they'll do things here on 2-2.
Fitzsimmons is a guy that's going to rack up the strikeouts with that fastball, and once we see the off speed, I'm sure it'll be good. That'll get him some punch outs as well. So expect to see a lot of Ks for John Fitzsimmons late in ball games.
Fitzsimmons will take a step off and grab a new sign from his catcher, Luis Seo. With 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here.
There's so many things in that.
Delivery from Simmons fouled straight back into the screen, and they'll do it once more from 2-2.
Yeah, I've heard that one. French guy.
Fitzsimmons has pitched as high as Double-A in the minor leagues as an LA Angel. He also pitched in the Royals and Cleveland systems, plus Quebec in the Can-Am League.
He has been all around here. Here's his 2-2. And I say it was fouled off as it lays in front of Luis Seo there. And once again, we'll have to do things over from 2-2.
Including his minor league stats, Fitzsimmons has a 3.87 ERA with a 2.57, and only including Can-Am stats. Small stint with the majors in 2015, pitching to a 1.92 ERA in the pen.
2-2 delivery will have to come once again here from Fitzsimmons. Here it is. That one is over top of Seo, and will move to 3-2 here. 3 balls and 2 strikes here. And 1 out in the inning as Fitzsimmons works here in the 9th.
Possibly getting crossed up there maybe as Sale went out to talk to Fitzsimmons. Sale didn't seem to be expecting that fastball way up.
Looked like it might have got part of the zone. It misses, and there will be a walk for Fitzsimmons, and he'll be running on first with 1 out here.
Number 6.
Lane Renault steps in after Chiquetto walked. Renault, 2 strikeouts, a hit by pitch, and a single came around to score in that big 8th inning.
Swung on and missed, strike 1 as Renault bats here with 1 out and a runner on base.
You ever heard of Wild Thing?
They'll have to do it here on 0-1 here. Renault batting against John Fitzsimmons. Fastball outside corner, called for strike 2. Fitzsimmons working ahead here on 0-2.
Good to see Fitzsimmons ahead after he wasn't on the last batter, Mike Chiquetto. He working from behind quite a bit in that at-bat.
Certainly has been as he gets set to work here. 0-2, and he swung on, miss. Strikes him out for the second out of the inning as Renault goes down on strikes again.
And expect to see that quite a bit from Fitzsimmons. A walk, strikeout. It's going to be really hard to get a hold of his fastball. So expect a lot of strikeouts, and if a runner does get on base, it'll most likely because he loses command and walks a guy.
2 outs here for John Fitzsimmons on the mound there as he just struck out Renault on the high fastball. That's a high fastball as well. However, that one misses high against Connor Patterson for the Hamilton Cardinals here.
Patterson's got a double, 2 strikeouts, and a pop out to the pitcher. He popped up a bunt attempt in the 8th.
1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs here. That one misses outside as well here, and the count moves to 2-0. Two balls and no strikes here. 2 outs. Fitzsimmons working and trying to get back into the count here. He misses on that one though, and then out of the count will move to 3-0. .3-0 count for Fitzsimmons as he falls behind after striking out Renault. And they'll have to try and either battle back in this count or get a ground ball of some sorts. That one is on the outside part of the plate. They're going to say he misses, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Fitzsimmons. And Connor Patterson takes his walk down to first base here, and we're going to be Back to the top of the order here for the Hamilton Cardinals. Justin Gideon batting once again here in the ninth.
Gideon's had a good day at the plate today, and John Fitzsimmons, guys that have a lot of velocity tend to lose command a little bit, and I think that's where we're going to see most of Fitzsimmons' base runners because of the walk.
Certainly looks like it so far, as that one misses outside as well here. Of course, it is a chilly night here in London. We're in the ninth inning, of course, as well, so it's been a long night here, as it is just past 11:15 here at Labatt Park. That one swung on and missed for a strike and moves the count to 1-1. So a lot of times when you see these long days in the cold and pitchers coming due, they're going to lose control a little bit. So interesting to see if maybe a different day might change that for Fitzsimmons. That one fouled off and into the third base grandstand there. Moves the count to 1-2. Count moves to 1-2 here, and Fitzsimmons has a chance to end the ninth inning here on a strikeout against Justin Gideon. He'll have to go to work here though, 1-2.
That's a great movie. It's hilarious. It's a terrible movie, but it's so hilarious.
Steps off and doesn't like the sign, so they'll have to go again here. Him and Louis Seo. Now Louis Seo will come out and chat with him a bit before this next pitch.
We've seen a lot of mound visits from Louis Seo behind the plate, but I enjoy seeing it because Seo wants to be involved, and if he doesn't fully know his pitchers yet, he's getting to know them every time he goes out to the mound and talks to whoever it may be that is pitching, whether it was Ismael Pena, whether it was Sean Hood Tidman for the brief batter he faced, Owen Boone, or John Fitzsimmons.
They'll go here on the 1-2. Here's Fitzsimmons on 1-2, and they're going to ring him up on strikes. Well, that'll end the ninth, and we'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Majors have some work to do if they want to get back into this game. They trail 7-2.
Your attention, please. Now pitching number 40, Stephen Strecker. They're reminding the next home game for you on the Majors next Friday as the Brantford Red Sox come to town. That's next Friday, 7:35 p.m. First pitch. For more information, check out our website, LondonMajors.com. That is LondonMajors.com.
Welcome back to Labatt Park here as we get set for the bottom of the ninth inning here at Labatt. The Majors trail by a score of 7-2. The Hamilton Cardinals put up most of their runs back in the last few innings as well. They put up 4 runs in the 8th inning, and that's kind of where things got how we are today. Just a reminder that the next home game for the London Majors a week from today, as they welcome the Brantford Red Sox to town, as a 7:35 first pitch. The next game, though, for the London Majors will be on Sunday as they get set to travel to Barrie. Just a reminder, we will have that game as well here on our Majors TV live stream on Facebook Live, so you can check in as we make the trip up to Barrie on Sunday.
Majors will look to bounce back from a down performance tonight so far in Barrie against always a tough team in the Barrie Bay Cats.
And a new pitcher on the mound here for us, Dylan, for the Hamilton Cardinals as well.
Indeed it is. It is the big and tall Stephen Strecker wearing the number 40. Long hair. Flowing. Sidearm delivery. He is an IBL top 100 player, actually, as he's got quite the lanky sidearm wind up, and it is tough to face as a hitter. Looks like we're also going to have a pinch hitter for the pitcher, John Fitzsimmons.
Yes, John Fitzsimmons is the pitcher, but because of the DH is no paying earlier in the game coming in to pitch, the Majors lose that DH, therefore the pitcher has to hit. So in place of the pitcher hitting will be a pinch hitter for us. Kyle Gormandy hitting in place of the pitcher here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Majors got some work to do if they want to get back into this game, though. They trail by 5. That one is low for ball 1.
What was that?
Gormandy, a patient power bat at the plate.
That one misses outside as well for ball 2. Count moves to 2-0 here.
I got some really obscure post-game questions. Yeah, they all have to be soccer.
That one misses as well. Count moves to 3-0 on the pinch hitter, Kyle Gormandy. That one outside as well. 4 straight balls to start the inning, and Kyle Gormandy, the pinch hitter, will find himself on first base.
Lack of command for Stefan Strecker on the mound, and like Noah mentioned in the top half of the ninth, it can happen on a cold day like today.
Byron Reichstein will now come in and bat here. He's got a runner on base here. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. That one misses outside as well.
5 straight balls to start the inning, and Byron has had quality at-bats throughout the ballgame. He's had nothing to show for it, however. 2 groundouts and 2 punch-outs.
That one misses as well. 6 straight balls to start the inning for Stefan Strecker. And a 2-0 count now. The count here, as we mentioned, Stefan Strecker. Here's the pitch. That one catches the outside part of the corner.
Strecker's got a strike. Yeah.
Two and 1 count here as Strecker works ahead. That one is hit in the air, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder for Hamilton, the first out of the inning. Gormandy retreats back to first, and retired is Byron Reichstein again.
Reichstein's been having good at-bats, nothing to show for him, however, in this one. That'll bring up Mike Ambrose, who's batting a perfect 1-for-1 on the day.
Ambrose, like you mentioned, 1-for-1, but did not come into the game as a pinch hitter, as you might think someone in the ninth inning who's 1-for-1. He has been hit by pitch twice, walked as well, and scored a run in today's ballgame.
Also has an RBI.
Here's the pitch, and swung on, fouled back by Ambrose. There's 1 out. An 0-1 count here and 1 out on Ambrose. He fouls that one back to the backstop as well. Count moves to 0-2.
Ambrose has a guy on. Would like to get something started for the Majors here in the bottom of the ninth inning. They're down by 5. It would take a lot.
Certainly would, especially with 1 out already here in the inning. Ambrose looks at that one outside for ball number 1. Count moves to 1-2 now. Ambrose, a power batter. He's spent a lot of time with the Majors as well. He played overseas a little bit in Australia. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Strecker. That one misses low. Nothing going. Retreats back to first base. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here on Ambrose as Strecker gets set to deal here. He's in his first inning of work. Swung on and missed, and Ambrose is down swinging. That will be the second out of the ball game here, and the Majors find themselves down to their final out here in the ninth.
It has not been a good ball game for the Majors offensively, nor was it on the pitching side of things. They look to bounce back on Sunday in Barrie.
One inside against the catcher for the Majors, Luis Sale. 1-0 count on him. 2 outs here. Goldman stands on first base as Strecker is on the mound for the Cardinals. As mentioned by Dylan, next game Sunday in Barrie as the Majors get set to take on the Baycats and bounce back from today. Just one bad inning up there on the board, just to really change things around here for the Majors. They'll look to change that, maybe get the bats working a little bit as well. You're going to need that in Barrie. Pitch from Strecker, off-speed pitch in there for a strike, and they can't move to 1-2. Majors down to their final strike on the evening. Here is Strecker grabbing his sign here on 1-2 against Luis Seo. Swung on, miss. That will be the ball game. And the Hamilton Cardinals come into London on opening day and beat the Majors by a score of 7-2. London will pick up 2 runs on 8 hits and a couple of errors, whereas Hamilton will grab 7 total runs in the ballgame today on 10 hits and no errors. They'll come away with the win on opening night.
Not a great opening night for the London Majors, but they have a great opportunity to bounce back on Sunday in Barrie against the always good Barrie Baycats. Thank you all very much for joining us. It was fun. Majors lose 7-2.
That is right. Just a reminder, once again, back on the air on Sunday in Barrie as the Majors take on the Barrie Baycats. 2 p.m. start in Barrie. Majors' next home game goes a week from today. 7:35 first pitch against the Brantford Red Sox. From Noah Smith, Dylan Baker here on Majors TV and London Majors Baseball. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.